Welcome, boys, girls, and everyone else, to the playoffs of the Saikyosen Team Battle. If you're enjoying our podcasts, please consider helping us grow the channel so we can bring more Mahjong to you by liking the stream, subscribing, to get notifications, all that lovely, lovely stuff. Hype! Exactly. I'm Chiral. The person breaking on scenes is Nathanael. You'll be hearing from them and Corak later on. But for game one, it's going to be Harrison and I. Hello!
Woo! Mahjong! I'm so excited and I just can't fight it. Totally original line that I came up with right there. I'm ready to see some games, Chiral. I'm so excited for him.
Yesterday. We had a 2-hour game.
Hey, 2 more today, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I got coffee. I'm good. I want to give shout outs to our sponsors as well. Can't forget them. We got WRC and USPML. Really hope everybody who finds themselves in the Big Apple, New York City, will check out Sparrow's Nest. It's a Mahjong studio that's going to be fully equipped with Slim Scores, Ultima, and Rex 3 auto tables. Super nice space. They actually just moved, so it's even better now. It looks super awesome. I haven't gotten a chance to see their new studio yet. Hope to make it out there soon. I will tell y'all, I can guarantee it's still going to be a great time if you find yourselves there before me. Also, our other sponsor, WRC, the World Riichi Championship, the most prestigious and international Mahjong tournament in the world. So prestigious, so international. It's only held once every 3 years. And speaking of the Big Apple, guess where 2028 is? That's right there. We got hometown advantage for our US players, aka me right now on it. Sorry, Chiral, not this time for y'all across the sea.
Really
but
curious. Like, does that hometown advantage equate to better scores?
Via sleep time zones, probably. The East Coasters are going to be feeling great, not having to do flip to the Japan time, adjust for that before. But that's going to be super cool. That being said, still 3 years out. Got a little bit of time before that. We're here today.
Some Mahjong today, though. We have that Saikyosen Team Battle.
That's right.
It was a while ago, the qualifier rounds of this event. But we did broadcast them here on the channel. And of the 16 teams that entered this league, only 15 remain. The bottom team got cut. And you might think that, 15 through, that's easy. Wrong. Because the higher rank you got, the easier it's going to be to get to the next round. I believe 12th to 15th, only 1 player's getting through. The next 4 above, 2 people are getting through. And then the 4 above that, we have 3 out of 4 players getting through. We got to see Table A, that those bottom 4 players played 2 games yesterday. They still have 1 more game to play. And only 1 team on that table will advance, as I said. We'll keep you updated once that game is finished. We also got to see Table B play their second match yesterday. So they've got 1 more. And as we're saying, the top 2 players on that table will advance. Games continue on Table B until at least 3 games have been played. And either 3rd place is at least 3 points ahead, or 4th has no chance of catching up. The points were carried over from the qualifiers. And scoring points is just like the qualifier round. You get 3 points on a win, 2 for a second, and 1 on a 3rd place. Position is what's most important. So, we're going to be watching Table B's 3rd game of the playoffs today for the first match. And I guess let's have a look at who's playing.
What do we got? Let's see.
So
looks like after you, Chiral, please.
Okay.
You seem like the expert.
As our first dealer, we do have Megumu Aikawa from NPM representing Team Little. In the south seat, we have Kotaro Tashiro from JPML representing Team ORFEU. In the west seat, we have Remi Otsuki from JPML representing Team Being Queens. And in the north, Yuumi Uotani representing Team Real Partner from JPML. I'm going to be a little bit biased. Towards Uotani. I was
about to say, I feel like I recognize that name from the Sankei Shimbun. Hold on.
A member of Team WRC in the Sankei Shimbun Cup, exactly. The finals junkie, I think, is what Jen called her. And here we are in the playoffs. Not quite the finals just yet, but maybe.
Stack table, nonetheless. Very easy to see that.
So let's get right to it. Good luck, everybody. I'm going to be a little bit biased. To be.
Yeah, just a little bit. Friendly reminder, we're playing set play. So the normal Oka, Uma, not as important. Really what matters is your position. You get 3 points for first, 2 for second, 1 for third, and a big fat 0 for fourth. So players are going to be very, very position focused. Points will be used under very strict tiebreaker decisions, but odds are we won't see those, and the players know that too. So again, they are going to be playing for placement.
We do have a nice spread of scores here as well, so it's going to be a pretty tricky situation for Team Real Partner to get ahead here.
Mm-hmm.
As we're saying, games will continue as long as the gap between second and third is less than 3 points, and as long as fourth still has a chance of winning. So this could go to a game 4.
It's tight. It's looking close. We'll have to see. Real partner Uotani's hands, not the best. I mean, it's not the weakest, but the problem is I'm seeing a lot of speed, as we can see from South Seat Tashiro here. Very nice fundamental speedy hand. That floating Dora that might get awkward. We have an East pair for Otsuki. And Uotani is going to rip a little bit more towards that Man Honitsu.
Yeah, 3
Oh
players
my
have one
god,
Dora
dude, such
each.
strong.
In
Whew.
ideal world, you really want to just try and pair that up, but we'll see.
It's going to be Tenpai. Nope. We're going to deny
Not
it.
quite.
We want Dora.
Using the Dora, and also the 4-man weight's not that great on its own, right?
No, it's not great. But I mean, Tenpai's Tenpai. Some people preach that first to Riichi is first to win.
That's very true. But yeah, this is going to be something that we have to be paying attention to, right? Because obviously, when you look at the score situation, with top 2 getting through, and we have the gap of 1 point between these second and third place tables, it could be it's going to be a bit tricky, I think, to know whether you want to push, whether you want to take any risks. Because if there is a first fourth situation between those 2 teams, it could just be over.
It'll be interesting to see how Uotani decides to play it too, if it starts getting down there, and especially she needs to avoid dealing into some of the other people on the table. She'll need to think twice about her push fold EV, just factoring that in on increasing somebody else's score on top of just dealing in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, and a
our
Riichi
first
hits.
reach.
Otsuki Riichi's the
I believe it was
7. Yeah, 579. So we're on the 8. We're on the Dora indicator for the Sozu, right by the Dora. It's a tough one, and especially on the reach style, players know that 8 so is even more dangerous, even after being near the Dora. But sometimes you got to check tiles, even if they look scary.
I mean, you were just saying that, right? Tenpai's Tenpai.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Suji's something. It's not exactly great or safe, but sometimes if you need to justify a push, that little bit of, well, it's Suji, even though it looks bad, is enough to get somebody to do it, deal in. And we are seeing folds out. It looks like Tashiro's out. Uotani not folded out yet. Uotani's got some more fight to push, though. Aikawa in dealer seat.
A bit of a side shocker going on, maybe. I could see it happening.
Maybe. Could sneak up from behind.
A lot of the times when you are deciding whether or not to push a hand, you've got to ask yourself, like, oh no, that's not a side shocker. I missed the Sozu side.
Yeah,
don't know why I thought it was 7, 8, 9.
Still, Ishantan on a reach ton pin chase, which is pretty good. That 3 Han 30 minimum is going to be a good justification. Ooh, which speaking of, and we are going to see a fight, a Riichi coming from Uotani. We're on 6 pin. Has not come out. Is technically Nakasuji to the first Riichi now.
There's 1 6 pin out. We can see it right here.
Oh yes,
but it was played after the reach, right? So it is guaranteed safe to Otsuki's reach at least. Oh, there's one of them. Not going to come out though.
Oh, and doesn't want to take the Tenpai. Unless I'm mistaken, was that Tenpai? It looked like it. Thought it was 3 Sotho for something. Again. Tile gets flipped over. That's okay. No biggie.
It is in fact still Tenpai, just waiting on the 3 of Bamboo for all inside.
Oh yes, instead of 4-7. And 4-7 would have been Furry 10, so just a 7 so or a 3 so Dama. Makes a lot of sense.
Well, there's the 4.
It happens.
That's upgraded to a 3-6 though.
Yeah, 3-6 is nice. Has a chance of Sanshoku too on the 4-5-6 side.
Yeah, very good.
Do we need a draw into it? Oh,
The
but the
8
8 comes out. That'll do it. Otsuki's got it. Riichi Dora, nothing to go with it, but that will be 2,600 plus both sticks in the middle. A nice little boost for Otsuki, especially taking from Uotani. Otsuki really just wants to place over Tashiro in this game, and she will be doing pretty fine, especially if Uotani can't get first.
Honestly, yeah, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit biased, but there's a good chance this is going to be table B will be over this one game. If Queens get first place, I guess if Uotani gets third, gets +1. Nah, I think
Uotani would have to get second, and then Tashiro first, and then I don't even know if it would be enough. It's definitely this is going to be more of an uphill battle for Uotani after that first dealership, because especially that, again, like I was talking about earlier, you have to be really careful with who you push against with the EV spread, because like even Aikawa is totally fine if Otsuki gets a first here. To my understanding, there's no benefit on second versus third.
Absolutely, Aikawa doesn't really need to do anything as long as Otsuki wins. Like Aikawa can get last place as long as Otsuki wins. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But as long as Otsuki wins and Tashiro doesn't score 2 points. So Tashiro needs to be not second, needs to be third or fourth.
Uotani, we just saw good Ishan, or excuse me, good, I think it was Ryan Shoten, maybe Ishan with 2 Dora. That might be a hand to help her catch up. That being said, we also have a weird Ryan Shoten situation there. Not quite developed, but good
shit. One of the situations where 4 pairs is not, it's just the wrong amount of pairs. Not enough to get 7. The rest of the hand just wants to be anything other than 7 pairs, so you have to get rid of one of them.
Tashiro trying to find that tempai, still not quite there. The 8-pin, I mean, that's technically a way to solve it. Gonna throw it back, don't want it. We're like, you pick a draw, it's not too much else. Ooh, an Ishan found. Interestingly enough, Uotani is going to opt to take the Tuso North double pair weight route to be the likely end weight, instead of having the option of playing the 3-3-1 and choosing 2-mon or 3-mon Tuso. Or excuse me, instead of the 2-4.
Yeah, and the Reaches come out. I think that's fine, honestly. Like, you're never going to see anyone
It's good if no North comes out.
3.
Yeah, you get the Dora draw, and North is a good weight. The problem with a play like that is if North starts to come out and you're not tempai yet, things start to get really bad if you're just on Dora. But
at that point, you have to reassess and maybe cut your angles and hope that you just draw something else.
2 Norths, though, good weight.
2 Norths out there. We do see one of the 2 bamboo. There is, I believe, 1 let in the wall.
Ooh, a little bit of bravery from Tashiro. Decides to check the 1-pin instead of Genbutsu 5-pin. It passes in a lot better of a shape afterwards. And we zoom on the Dora anyway. Riichi Dora 3.
Nothing wrong with that. Little Mangan gets Uotani back into this game.
Oh, yeah. In the lead, definitely the type of score that you really need to keep. I think the awkward thing is that Uotani not only needs to get first, but also needs to make sure that Otsuki doesn't get second.
Yeah, basically.
Which, if getting a first isn't already hard enough, just a very, very tough game to play. But a good high pie and dealer for Otsuki.
Very, very nice. Already one away.
Will definitely make it harder. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the tricky parts about the scores carrying over from the qualifier round.
Yeah.
When you are already playing from a deficit, it's really hard to make that comeback. Oh, huge draw, though.
Especially on UMA only. It's not even like you can have a great game and make all the points back. It's you're locked immediately when you start.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick call. Uotani's going fast and loose. She wants to shut Otsuki's dealership down. She does not want Otsuki to have a chance to get points. Yeah.
So, as you were saying, though, right? We can't have B and Queens get second place. If they get second, they're probably through. So, yeah, it's a huge ask, but it needs to be done.
Uotani also faking a Manzu flush as well, or heading towards that route. So a very potent threat on the board. We can see that she's kind of playing efficiency more than anything. Not full
Yep.
efficiency, but a lot of efficiency. Is going to be happy, I'm sure, to draw like 4-so and play the 3-4. But other players might be a little bit scared and worried in this situation. Might slow them down, not dropping Manzu or anything. Like gets dropped though. Otsuki's going full forward.
I'm gonna have
Wants
to
to
have a
fight
look at
back.
Tashiro's hand at some point because they had the potential 6-7-8 mixture sequence and they gave up on it to instead keep the 6-9 characters weight, which has paid off, pairing up the 6. I would have been so greedy going for that sound shock though. We do have a reach though from Aikawa waiting
2-5
on
pin.
2-5.
Oh, speaking of Tenpai, Tashiro does not take though. Wants to improve the weight. And another Tenpai slam on 1-4 pin.
Those
Dealer
pintiles are
Otsuki's
not safe.
in.
There's a 1.
No, Uotani is out. Recognizes too much danger. If Aikawa wins 2 and shuts down Otsuki's dealership, that is perfectly fine for her.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was saying, Aikawa, as long as they don't end up having someone catch up to within 3 points of them, they are through no matter what at the end of this game. Probably.
6-7. Can we check the
Now.
6-9 Tsuji?
No,
Yeah,
playing
Tashiro
safe.
doesn't like it. Oh, and the 5 comes out. That'll deal into Aikawa. Each Pintan. No Dora. 39 collected. Straight from Otsuki, too. This is a beautiful situation for Uotani. Best case scenario, Aikawa gets second. They're already so far ahead that you're not able to catch them if you are team real partners. So it would be very nice for them to take as many points away from ORFEU and Queens as possible.
Yeah, I know that maybe we won't necessarily go to that, but this is mostly a battle for second place at this point.
Yeah.
And Uotani opening with 2 Dora here. I would love to make that hand something like all inside, but we've got that pair of 9s. So we'll see. 2 Dora is always a very, very exciting thing to see with your opening set of draws. Utsuki's hand, much less exciting, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh my god, but Aikawa's hand is so quick again. Just amazing draws. Right around all the shape inherent in the hand.
Useful draw, though, for Otsuki. I guess Otsuki's so far away from Tenpai that any draw will be helpful at this point, but keep him coming.
Aikawa not finding the improvement as Uotani keeps drawing around that shape. Still hasn't really fixed any of the problem inside shapes, but with every draw that we add on is another chance to improve and another chance to fill in. Now even has enough shapes, could think about a Tateniu open up. You would have to drop 9-9, but
I
don't think you lose too much, especially if it's early, fixing something bad.
Yes, I think that's very fair. Huge draw. Finally, Otsuki is getting there. Every draw is being useful for them, which is really good to see when your style is bad.
6-mon pair. We have a weird toy route that Uotani can do. That being said, I think with those pairs, the 6-mon, 9-mon, and I think it was 4 Pandora, that is going to be hard to call for toy. So I'd imagine Chitoy would be much more likely.
Yeah.
2-mon, we'll throw that back. Of course, playing the normal shape, we wouldn't be too upset into Aikawa. Can't upgrade yet.
I was looking at Aikawa's hand, but maybe we might be seeing a mixture sequence chance with that 5 draw. The 3-4-5 is suddenly kind of accessible.
We have pair. We'll throw the 2. Okay, we're keeping our options open. I think that's still most efficient. We might have to throw a Dora, depending if we draw a 3 or 6 pin. That may be worth it, especially as dealer continue the dealership. Otsuki Shoten, though, needs that 6-so. And the 6-so is held by Uotani. A little bit of a blessing, not fully recognized from her seat. But decision time, this is exactly what I was talking about. You draw that 3 or that 6 around that 4-4-5. Can you throw a Dora?
I think it's
I always want to throw a lot of efficiency. It's a lot of efficiency lost if you don't throw Dora here. That's the hard part. But we'll throw 9-mon. We like the Tateniu route. That's strong enough.
Yeah, I mean Dora 2 is still fine. Hopefully we get a chance to call in that poor shape. We'll see.
Well, again, you still might drop Dora later. You draw the 8-mon, definitely.
That's doable, yeah.
You might be coerced to drop it later if you just really need the efficiency to hit the Tenpai.
Yeah, if you draw the 8-mon, you have that Tenpai. Oh, but not anymore.
Oh, straight up doesn't want it, though. I think 1-8 came out. Yeah, 1-8 already out.
1-8 has come out, yeah, you're right. There's a second one. So, yeah,
another one, so
call.
kind of vindicated.
Yeah.
Wasn't with the drop, but must have read the wall in some sort of way.
We could calm. We could calm.
It's a draw. It's a draw. That's a big deal.
It's an extra draw, exactly.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Because also you get to play 4-4-6, so you pick up the 5. That's a decent amount of efficiency. Nice amount of tiles.
But I could definitely see a Khan coming from Tenpai. If Tenpai is in fact drawn in, we'll see.
That's true. We have to get there first. We're not quite there. Aikawa still has not hit upgrades. Just kind of been an Ishan 10 hell. And Tashiro keeps looking for an excuse to fold that hand. That's not great, but nobody's able to give it to him.
Another miss.
No one can find their Tenpais. Anything scary to fight with.
That's a good draw, though.
There's a Shoten.
One away, exactly. I'm liking what Tashiro is doing. Like, the hand's not very likely to win, and we're seeing that very much. But if it does win, he does have the outside hand, does have the potential 7-9 mixture sequence. There's a lot of value here. It's just it's a big ask to actually get any of it. But having the option of, if I'm going to fold, I'm going to fold. That's fine. But if I do get the right draws, I'm going to win. I'm going to make sure I win big. This is going to be a reach, though. No,
Dama 5-8. It's Aikawa. She just wants to advance the game. So just straight up max win rate. Nothing crazy. This decision 5-so standard cut is made. A lot of 2s out, but don't need those for the tempo.
I don't think that's necessarily worth it just right now. Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I take it back. That actually does place the tempo. Yeah, exactly.
Better Ishan. This 3-mon. I'm going to trade it out for 6.
Potential upgrade to that pure sequence, perhaps.
Yeah, but feeds Uotani.
Or Uotani waiting on the Dora.
Hey, K10 though. K10. Dealer repeats with your Tenpai. As long as nobody else wins first. Problem is 5-8 pin. That's sneaky. It might get somebody.
There's also plenty of ways you can upgrade that to like a 4-7 or a 1-4 as well.
Oh my god. Riichi happens though. 4-7 Manzu. Otsuki wants to put some friction. 3-mon comes out close. No dice though. Oh, there's that 7-mon, and you have to throw it to maintain Tenpai, and Epod's dealing. Reach Epod's Dora. No Ura. A ton of food though.
Otsuki needed
that. That's 52. Whew. Taken from Aikawa. Aikawa's still probably not even really that upset by it. Because again, dealerships advance. Yes. Like just getting this game done as quick as possible feels like the right strategy.
Yeah, I believe as long as Aikawa's ahead of Tashiro, like they're through to the next round. So
yeah,
it doesn't.
If they take a 4th, it gets a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
West, that won't quite do it.
It's always interesting, like having that win condition, trying to change how you play to fit the situation.
Oh, it's so dynamic too with this format. Yeah. Like it's all standard like EV theory and everything. I feel like is morphed. It's so not out the window, but it's just so changed by this format and how you have to run calcs and what you have to think about during the game. It's insane that these players are playing this way too, like this fast, this good, in this situation too. I would be tanking so hard if I was at this table on like almost every decision.
I think that's very fair, yeah. Ooh.
Just goes to show high skill, yeah. Good draws too. Was that Tashiro?
It was filling in the weaker shape, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Long way to go to be able to actually win, and certainly the weight's not looking great, even if we do get to Tenpai, but that's going to help.
4-pin Onko. A couple options. I think 2-pin is the standard one.
Yep, makes sense.
Yep. Tashiro
throws it. Get us to a good Tenpai. I guess the 3 would be a bit
good
of a
floating 5-mon. Yeah.
Potential Itsu here for Otsuki. I know Itsu's a bit of a joke sometimes.
Ooh, Shoten too. Hey, you play your miracle draws. Like, again, even if it's
Exactly, yeah.
far, if you're going to play a route, you're not worried about safety, then you might as well build a hand so that way you can do it. Isa's going to get
Exactly.
called, though, from dealer Aikawa. Wants to speed up
It
the
is.
hand. Oh, speaking of that, Itsu. Hey, with that 4-4-5, that's good work. That's good work. Itsu, you can call it open. It's good value.
I was thinking more the Manzu Itsu from Otsuki rather than Tashiro's Bamboo Itsu, but yes, definitely doable for both of them.
It gets there. It gets
One
there.
away for Tashiro right
Mitchum
now.
comes. Is that going to get called? Yep.
Absolutely. So
Uotani wants it. Shuts down.
Again, points don't matter. Position is what matters. So Uotani just been like, you know what? No one gets to take first from me. I'm getting this. This is
the problem is, again, Otsuki can't be Otsuki can't be second, though. That's the tough part. I mean, Uotani has a couple rounds to figure that out, but that's the really tricky thing is it's not even a first. You got to defend second, too, when you can only place one of them.
I mean, I guess you can try and just maybe around about South 2, South 3, you have to start thinking about, I can't run anyone apart from Otsuki.
Full targeting, yeah. Maybe passing her on to try and snipe, but Otsuki knows that condition too is the problem. So if she defends around it, then it doesn't even work. And the 1-1 comes out, Uotani's going to run straight on Aikawa, so it pushes Aikawa down a bit more. That'll help Tashiro, but I mean, the thing is still not too much changed. 1K is exchanged. Game advanced another round.
I guess that's another potential condition, right? If Otsuki only gains 1 point on Tashiro, then they will continue another round as long as Uotani gets first.
52. That is true. It would only be a 2-point gap.
Yes.
So you would play a fourth game, and fourth would still be Tashiro at 54 if they get third and Otsuki gets second. So that never mind. If Aikawa also gets fourth and Otsuki plays the second, that's okay, just barely.
Just barely. This is such a tough format.
Oh my god. Okay, Dora 2. Uotani's got some value locked in. 2 other pairs to go with it. Sal's locked for Aikawa and Haku's. This could be a very quick hand. Aikawa just needs to outplace Toshiro too, and the game should end if we've done our calcs at home right. 5th pair found, or 4th pair. Uotani thinks about it, likes the Suso drop, wants to keep those honors. We are going to see a Chi with double Yakuai.
Yeah, Aikawa makes sense. I think.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Aikawa is she kind of has full buffer this game too, because even if you do end up playing a 4th game via situations, you're not out of it and you still have the lead on everybody else.
Exactly.
So even if this does go to another, like that's totally fine for you. Yeah, you just have a little bit more pressure next game.
Speaking of value, though, Aikawa has managed to turn us into a flush.
Ooh, but a dealer, or not a dealer reach. Otsuki reach might change that 1-3. So there is already a 1 and a 3 showing. Oh, 3rd door is tough. I mean, I think it has to be Shonpai West. You just lose so much around it if you don't. And 2-mon's dangerous. Oh, we'll shove it though. We got to make money moves. Uotani knows it is make or break time. We can't be scared of playing around Dora. We need to shut Otsuki down. And that 2-mon is not fitting with Dora 3.
Yeah, it is a terrifying discard, but it's also technically 1 chance, I guess, because we have 3 of it. It's not ideal.
It's a 1 chance. I mean, again, by stats, by logic, weird because it's near Dora. More incentive there. But again, by stats, it shouldn't deal in most of the time. 3 so comes out.
Deal in until it does, and then suddenly you'll have the most sad person in the room.
It happens. It happens. Ooh, oh my god, Ishantan.
Promise the South is not going to be coming out at any point, so
yeah.
If we open and end up Atazuke waiting on the South, that's Tenpai. But
Tenpai dropping Dora and 5 pins also terrible. Do you just drop South?
It's doable.
Like maybe no. Right and 8-mon's already out. And 8-mon's already out. Yeah, but 9, maybe 1-9. Oh my god, this is so hard. I'm glad I don't have to make this decision. If we take Tenpai, okay. We're feeling it.
But potentially very valuable. 5-pin is the way.
The problem is, that tile is very hard to get out, especially with the hanging one so that Tashiro deals in. That'll be reach, I believe, Pinfu Dora
I believe
for 39.
The error as well. Okay, didn't they? Just one.
So reach Dora. Okay. No, 26 was not Pinfu.
This is great news for Otsuki. Not quite in the clear just yet, but only 900 points from getting into that one. Actually, no, wait, no.
Honestly,
she's fine finishing second. She was
saying, if Tashiro's fourth, it's fine.
Yeah, Tashiro's fourth.
If she finishes third, it gets weird.
Currently, Tashiro is in fact in that position, so it's gonna be tricky.
It's so hard. I can't believe it. This makes my head hurt just watching. This might be the first game I've ever watched thinking, thank God I'm not playing at the table right now. Oh my goodness. So fast too. Okay, it looks like Uotani's going to have to sit this one out. It's not a great hand. Aikawa, a lot of strong shapes. But she can kind of back away, just take something passive and quick. Tashiro is kind of unassuming. Otsuki, slower hands, going to struggle to make up the time.
But definitely, you can, when you're going for something like 7 pairs, you can play that defensive play. Because as it stands, Otsuki's probably worked it out. Like, they know.
Oh, Otsuki knows the conditions. I guarantee it going into the game. She knows exactly what we have been talking about and understands that fully. I think everybody at this table does, which is why things are about to start to get weird.
So you can play 7 pairs, and if you win, great. First place, wonderful. If you don't, you can fold. As long as Tashiro doesn't win, you're still fine. So a lot of as long as and as is and ifs and things like that, but
that's Mahjong.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to play those.
There's a very good chance that Tashiro just doesn't have it from the perspective of Otsuki.
Uotani's got a little bit of upgraded shape. Notably, Aikawa does have the pair of the green dragons right now. She is able to call them down. None have been dropped on the board. She will be in Tenpai afterwards. And she currently also has a San Menchan via the 4 through 8 pin, where if she draws that, she'll get Tenpai on the 2 as well. Yeah, Otsuki improves a little bit of shape, but still beyond Shoten, unless I misread. I believe that's...
Yes, I was talking about the potential 7 pairs hand, but when we drew the 3 of bamboo, filling in that 1-2 shape, it went to a more normal hand, which we've missed out on 2 pairs since. But
oh my God, Tashiro's going all in on Chitoi or Toitoi. Is keeping that floating 8 on. We also did, I believe, just find Ishanten for dealer Otsuki.
Yes.
Hatsu came out, Tenpai, Tuso. Tusos are very held, but this Chitoi that also just wrote door 2 has a third Tuso. That won't fit. Oh my God, this might be a ticking time bomb. Can somebody convince Tashiro to fold before the win happens?
Aikawa's hand is very, very cheap, but at the same time,
just passing dealership, keeping Tashiro down.
It's exactly. As long as Aikawa's ahead of Tashiro.
Aikawa's playing 4th avoidance, essentially.
Yes. We're watching like 3 different games happening.
Or technically, if Otsuki gets 4th and Aikawa gets 3rd and Tashiro gets 2nd, then the game doesn't end. In that specific scenario, where Aikawa can avoid 4th. It's so much. The 5-pin draws. Uotani's taking over it, deciding there is like this 5, 6, 7 weird Sanshoku thing. Maybe we can play like 1, 3, 5, 5, but wants the efficiency. Drops the 5, have a chance to switch to 4. Aikawa doesn't want it. We're sticking on 2.
Do also have that Sushi Trap laid now. So if this does get to Tenpai, I absolutely see the 2 bamboo coming out.
Oh, and Tenpai, 2-pin, 2-mon, 8-pin, yes, but 8-pin is really bad. 8-pin's dead. And I think 2-mon's once out as well, so terrible weight. Not going to reach it just yet. We're going to wait for a weight upgrade.
Very fair. This is definitely the situation where one big mistake is going to cost everything.
Yeah.
So just keeping the Tenpai, if you sumo, great. House points is well enough.
Comes out, we're going to play floating 1, so maybe a read that Aikawa is Tenpai near. 7, so it's trapped. We'll do 2-pin instead. That just came out. Low odds for Chitue. 8-pin will come out. We're going to switch to Sozu shape. Otsuki's going to try and redraw into Tenpai. Speaking of, found right here, but we don't like that one, so we're going to pass up Tenpai with one so floater.
Yeah. Honestly, very fair. Like, everyone's on a knife edge right now. You do not want to
back. Isn't taken. We'll redrop 3-pin. Maintaining maybe we shifted to Tenpai. Uotani did not fight Tenpai with that draw. 9-pin won't do it. A pawn. This will be 7 so drop. Tashiro just playing for K10. Maybe a toy. Would keep 2 so. Oh my god. Tenpai on 6-9. Wait's bad. Will Dama.
Does his pin food don't have to reach?
Exactly. Otsuki would repeat. Small points. Would also take first with that. Importantly, putting all the pressure on Uotani, who already has so much.
Yeah, this is not... I would not want to be in Uotani's position going into this game. Certainly not now in South 3.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh goodness, yeah.
4-pin coming out. Aikawa's backed away. Recognizes danger with that Tora. Can't play it. So that's 6-9 Tenpai.
Potential Itsu's now on the cards for Uotani.
Yeah, Aikawa folded out too. Is unable to run from this 2-so. The 9-so comes. Tashiro deals into Otsuki for Otsuki. Golden scenario.
Yes.
Couldn't go better.
I guess now it's going into... Actually, no, we're still in South 3. But for Tashiro,
yeah, still South 3.
They need to make something happen. They don't have much time left.
It's getting tight. Tashiro needs a big hand. No dealerships too. Can't run it up. Can't rely on 50% more points.
Yes.
We got to make it or break it.
And we see Otsuki get sneaking ahead just a little bit into first place. But you've all been there, right? Sometimes it's 100 or 200 points, and that's the difference between a player in first, player in second. And in this case, a player who's through to the next round, and a player who might have a chance of getting into the next round on a repeat.
Oh, good draws for Otsuki.
Very exciting. Potential 7-8-9 mixable sequence. Potential outside hand. We're not going to commit to that by keeping the 1 pin, though. 4 pin is more efficient.
I mean, even the 1-sos, like you have a Riichi with 8 Fu, you add an additional rate, you get to 40 Fu a lot. That'll matter as dealer pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And EV is in repeat, so if you can win with a repeat, it's good.
Speaking of the outside hand, Uotani could also be going for that as well.
Yeah.
Maybe not 7-8, that sounds shocking, but it's doable.
Again, draws a 9, second 9 pin. Could play E-Peiko with 2 Dora as well.
Yes.
Needs the right draws to make it happen, but that would be a very, very valuable route. Tashiro has not really drawn anything to this. Oh my goodness, this is insane hand. Has such wide tempos. Even just has like a decent reach to end in most scenarios.
Now this could be useful for Aikawa, but compared to everyone else, still so much.
It's so Aikawa's going to see one thing on the board and be like, I'm out. I'm done. I'll fight another hand. I don't need this one. Tenpai. We could Riichi on 6-9 Mon. Yeah, we're going to do it. Reach Dora with 8 Fu. We also, on Sumo, would upgrade to 40 Fu, so that would be 3 on 40 Sumo.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Especially when you're in first place, especially when you are dealer.
Tashiro's going to throw 1 pin, leaning towards being out. Second forehand. Thrown, discarded.
Like Aikawa doesn't really. Aikawa has the complete ability to fold. Tashiro needs to attack this. Uotani also needs to attack this. It might be one of the few.
Tashiro's out. I mean, it's a dealer hand. You deal in, then you are dead. Like you got to stop Otsuki from getting points. Like, and there's so many scary things to push. The strategy might just be let her get the K10 points. Let her get Ryukoku. Her stick stays in the middle, and then everybody can catch up next round. Like she's guaranteed to repeat. You're not advancing the game if you fold out.
That's true.
You're guaranteed 2 more hands. There's no time limit, so
I was going to say that for Uotani specifically, this might be one of the few chances you actually have to get a direct hit, which is what we need from for them to get into the next round. It's tough.
It's hard. This is I think I kind of like Tashiro's and Uotani's judgments of like my hand just isn't there to fight. I just can't fight this. So I got to rely that I can make it up in the next two and just try and mitigate Otsuki's points, which the best way for you to do that is to not deal in and hope it goes through Yukoku.
That's, unfortunately, the sad reality.
It's sometimes you got to play passive. You got to wait. you got to lie and wait. You know, there's death by 1,000 cuts, and then there's a little bit of pain with a couple cuts. You know, you're hoping it's the latter and not the former.
One tile that
to be seen.
There's only one tile that is able to give Otsuki the win in this situation. So
for the 6-9, they're held.
Yeah, I think we see 7 of them. Oh, there it is. It was a 6. So there are no tiles left to draw.
Or no, 1 6 left, right? Because there was 3 6s. Oh no, there's one in her hand. Yeah.
So it's gonna go to exhaustive, which is not actually that bad for everyone.
Assuming no one throws 6-9, but it's looking like everybody's out.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's holding here. Sorry, I don't think anyone's pushing here.
Wait, is this 9-mon? Yeah, 9-mon parry. Yeah, they're all out. Super out. They're gone. I mean, the best case scenario kind of for Uotani and Tashiro. Uotani might have been able to defend against the 6-9, but so many scary things to push there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tashiro couldn't have done much. Has the 9M pair, so like technically can fight, but very scary things to push as well.
So yeah, I do think this is going to go to exhaustive draw. We're going to have another repeat of South 3.
Okay, so let's start doing math early. So Otsuki's getting up to 38, and everybody else is dropping 1K.
Yes.
God, that's so hard. So I think best case scenario is Tashiro hits for best case scenario for Uotani is Tashiro hits a big sumo, and Otsuki eats more points via the dealer payment. And then Uotani racks it up later. I think that's best case scenario right now. Because Otsuki is going to play full defense. The second Otsuki sees anything scary, Otsuki's backed away. Because she has so much room to play with that it's good. Another strategy Tashiro could use is if Tashiro is able to pass Aikawa, if the math is done correctly, which wait. Aikawa gets 0, Tashiro gets 1 point. That'll be 57 versus 54. That's 3 points.
3 points. I
so
think that's okay.
Otsuki needs it. So if Otsuki gets first.
Oh wait, no, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Then that's bad. So Uotani needs to defend. Needs Otsuki to get at least second. So Uotani, just needs to get first. But Tashiro also needs to pass Aikawa. She needs to knock Aikawa down, who's also going to fold out because Aikawa knows that too.
Yes.
So things are getting really sticky for everybody besides Team B Queens and Team Little. Like Otsuki and Aikawa are kind of coasting, and Uotani and Tashiro are trying to work out how to make miracles happen. Tashiro might even just start full fishing Yakuman soon. Or just insane value hands to try and make a big catch up, at least get to first to pass Team B Queens.
I think the other really interesting thing is that Tashiro needs to not only needs to win, but also I think needs to avoid running Uotani. Because if real partner
no, because
they might be considered out of the running and it might end anyway.
No. But if Tashiro gets first, then that's okay.
Yeah.
If Tashiro gets second,
if Uotani gets fourth, that's also bad.
No. But if they get first, they pass.
Oh, right, they would take in that one game. I'm being dim. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. No. They tie with B Queens, which then I guess tiebreakers matter. So are they? I think they're ahead on tiebreakers. If I'm seeing this, if you get Uma and Oka, and Oka, then they would be ahead on tiebreakers, which would also be good. Okay, Dora 2 for Tashiro. So he's got a Mangan we're working on. Now that we've roughly laid out the math. Oh, Uotani's got a good hand, though. That could put in a little bit of work. Is it enough? I don't know. I don't think it is.
I think it's one of those situations you have to get a direct hit, and that's going to be so hard to manage to.
Yeah, build like a high value Dama and just hope Tashiro does something.
Yeah.
But a Chi goes out. Okay. Technically, there is also a strategy if Uotani gets a bunch of points in and gets ahead in first by a lot. And then Tashiro Riichi's in that South 4 after a couple repeats, and Uotani feeds being able to pay the payment to put Tash. There's technically a very offshoot angle that could potentially work out for Uotani.
I don't think opening the hand is going to get you there, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is playing that angle that you just rack it up in South 4, and then you can avoid dealer, dealing into Tashiro, who then passes Otsuki, and you still maintain first after that, which is an insane thing, but technically possible. Technically is doable within the game. Much harder though. But a quick hand. Uotani just wants to end the dealership. 2K. A lot of sticks in the middle too. 1600 to add.
Uotani is
absolutely. Tashiro Ishan 10 with Dora 2. Speaking of, it looks like
what you do once you get there. Unless we've miscalculated it, and actually there's a chance that this goes through, even with Uotani second, or even with Otsuki in second.
We have. Oh no.
Well, it's possible. I don't know.
I think I've done the math right.
I think we've done it right. I think.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of components. Okay, see what happens.
All inside.
Just Sumo.
Dora 1.
Or excuse me, Tanya Sumo. Yeah.
But we're now in South 4, and something is going to have to happen.
I think a lot of some things are going to have to happen.
I think a lot of something's going to have to happen. Right.
So, again, reminding people, assuming we've done the math right, this situation is getting bad. Uotani, so Aikawa is in a great spot. Basically needs to not be fourth. The game will absolutely end. Uotani needs to direct hit Otsuki, which I can never imagine is going to happen in almost any scenario, and needs to make sure, or needs to make sure Aikawa is fourth.
Am I being completely dim? If Real Partner get 3 points and B and Queens get 2, the gap's going to be 2 points. No, right?
B Queens gets 2 and ORFEU gets 1. Then that'll be 2 points.
Which is enough to keep the game going. Why did we just...
Yes.
Okay, so as long as Uotani gets first
place... But Toshiro has to pass Aikawa. That's the hard part. And Aikawa is just trying to do fourth avoidance to make sure everything ends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Or especially because B Queens would have had to have gotten fourth and Aikawa be third in order for the game to continue, which isn't happening from what I'm seeing here. It would take something insane. Uotani's got a good hand. She's probably going to just Riichi this down, hit a repeat. Tashiro, a decent hand, but the problem is you need to pass Otsuki, and that is more than Hanemon Sumo at this current point in time, which is a lot for Akanashi for no reds. Is able to take a Chitoi route, maybe try and catch Otsuki off guard, does like it, decides it's got a better chance. Anything else? I guess you also have like a weird Honroto type thing.
There was the outside.
Some Honitsu, weird
Sanchoku. Like there's a lot of ways that I could get value. It's just getting any of them is going to be the tricky part. Uotani does have the Itsu chance, needing the 8 and the 5, I believe.
I think a mediocre Ryanshan 10.
Yeah.
Aikawa's hand, pretty good, pretty fast. Otsuki's hand, I was going to say pretty slow, but now with that green dragon pair, one's already out on the board, so we'll need to find the last, but has a bit of speed. And I think that's Otsuki's decision here. Does she want to even attempt to fight? She is going to play the hand in a way where she has a lot of defense and the 2 green dragons and that white dragon, some of those tiles that on average are safer, and options to still like win the hand afterwards.
Yep. End of the day, getting second place here is huge for that team.
Otsuki locks in this scenario. So would love to end the game, but as long as Tashiro is fourth, that's totally fine.
Speaking of that 7 pairs we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Wait.
I cannot fathom why the ones came out.
Let's quickly check again. Look, what's the plan there? Are we going for the
Well, I was thinking you also have the you also have the Honroto route, which like
nice. Yeah.
Honroto Toitoi. I guess that's only Mangon a lot of the time. You need to like con something and get a lucky flip.
Yeah.
It's so hard. What 7
I guess
mon
the one
gets
has been cut once
thrown?
already. If we are going for triplets, that's the only.
What was how he throws 7 mon? Did we read a Tenpai? I guess maybe we're going Honitsu in the Dora suit, even though we threw the 9 earlier. Maybe
Odd,
that's Tashiro's
but
plan.
I can kind of see it. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, maybe just trying to scare the board in some sort of way. This is
one away.
Ishanten. Okay, and we'll play it in this variant. We're gonna play double Ryanmin headless. Aikawa had a couple decisions there. Could have thrown a Ryanmin, could have thrown like 8-pin to play the 5-7 Kanchan, as well as some other pair drops. Decided to take double Ryanmin, is the most efficient Ishanten. That being said, could end up with a Tonki or wait for a pair.
Uotani's doing Sanchoku, which is very interesting as well. Like, not only do we have
and it's going to break, yeah, once the Dora 2. That's Pinfu Dora 2. That's actually a big hand. If she would need to hit Otsuki. Funny enough, you definitely don't reach it, and so Otsuki would like never drop below.
Yeah.
So I call it, dang. Uotani just doesn't have the speed with the hand too.
I mean, she's one away from Sanchoku all inside. Like there's
Uotani's
value there. It's just two specific tiles, unfortunately. Need to draw
you are right. Yeah.
And the 3 of bamboo.
No, you're right. She got there, and she'll keep the efficiency on the 7 pins. Technically not the greatest, but a little bit more efficiency. We can play K10, repeat if we want to.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Just being Tenpai is going to be more than enough.
Speaking of Tenpai, we're Ishanten. Do we want to get rid of the Sanshoku? We kind of need to decide now.
But okay.
Oh, no. We can play 7. We can play 7.
It's a bit of a hedge.
Because we still get 5-8. We still needed 5-8. It doesn't change. We do have Tenpai on 6-9 pin, though.
Yeah.
As Otsuki calls, put a little bit of action on the board. 7-so hits the board. Aikawa does not care.
Yeah, Aikawa
wants to keep the 6-9 pin Tenpai.
Ooh.
This is Tashiro. I can't. Yeah.
We're going to see a fold. Makes
Tashiro's been out.
Doesn't make sense. Tashiro folding. I might have been
something. Not to hand the play. Not to hand the play. I think needs the Yakuman. Couldn't find it.
Okay.
We're going to see Tenpai called 2. We are on 3-so. Uotani wants to repeat. 6-9 pin Tenpai still on board. Unless I missed something. Nope, still 6-9. We'll even throw Dora. That came out a second ago. Don't gotta be afraid. Tashiro might even fold into it accidentally. Otsuki's going to take Ishanten as well. I think needs 4-pin. No, doesn't need 4-pin for you.
1 3 bamboo out there. So there's still a chance we just see a summer, but only 1 tile.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
This isn't going to help. So did it come out recently? I don't think it did.
It was
so
played
it's a little
by
weird.
Otsuki, I believe. That's not it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was last row. 2-away. I don't think there have been Tadashi since then. 2-mon will check. I'll get pawned in out. Otsuki. Oh, this Otsuki Tenpai is huge as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super big. Reducing the K10 points. Any gap gained is big, but the 4-pin we draw, I think the last one. And Uotani deals in this Otsuki.
Is first place, yeah. Even without it, because it was a direct hit. Of course it was.
Yes.
Direct hit.
Ooh.
Otsuki first. Perfect situation for Team B and Queens. I'm pretty sure they're through to the next round now, if we've done our math correctly. So congratulations to Team B and Queens and Team Little.
B Queens and Little tied as well at 58 points. I'm unsure if they keep their points going to the next round. I would assume so, but that might be a big deal too, evening the score, if that is the case.
I've had a sneak peek at the table of scores, and it doesn't actually display their scores in the next round. So I'm thinking maybe it might just be
Maybe not.
Like
Maybe
sort of top 8 kind of
okay.
finalist type thing. We'll see. We'll have more information for you later. This is a very fun tournament where no one knows the rules.
This is an insane format. Clearly, for next year, do it a little bit more proactive understanding of the format. To be fair, I went into this reading up and thinking that I understood it, and then the game happened, and I went, "Oh my god, there's so much to think about," and it's like fried me.
But do we have scores?
Well, let's see the standings after that one, because I also think. This one is the before, so this isn't including the game that just happened.
So
and I believe
as of the end of yesterday, this is how the scores looked.
Yes.
And
Table A was also playing during that game, and I believe they were playing their third game, so potentially ended. Which, looking at those scores, I would be very shocked if Table A is playing a fourth. Or no, it's top 1. So I think.
Top 1.
So
I felt so bad for Team All-Series because they went into that round with, I think, a 10-point gap. But even if they closed it, they still probably weren't going to get to first, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But going into this game, Aoki had the early lead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when we see a look at the scores, maybe that might change. Maybe Dohaji might sneak ahead. And that is, in fact, what happens. We don't actually know what the scores were in that one game on Table A.
Mm-hmm.
But Dohaji managed to get a first place and bump just ahead of Team Aoki. As you can see, they're going to be progressing to Table D. And as we can also see, Team Little and Team B and Queens make it to Table D from Table B. We have the 3 stragglers in Table A, Aoki, Kokumusho across Northland and All Serious. See you next season, hopefully. Table B, ORFEU and Real Partner. See you next season, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of our 6 progressors. Gonna have to decide which 3 from Table C make it through. They did very, very well, getting, I believe, 4th place to 7th place in the qualifier. So 3 of them make it through to the next round. Right now, it's looking like City Plus. It might be the one who is got a little bit more work to do, but the scores are very
1 point, yeah. And the thing is, City Plus gets anything besides 4th, and they're almost guaranteed to at least pass one other team after one game.
Looking at things, it looks like okay. So
Tomozoe, Shoten, and 4 seasons, both 57.
Well, we have more information on that. So on Table E, which the 1st and 2nd place from C will be watching in a bit, we'll get to. They'll join the 2nd and 3rd qualifiers in that qualification round, and you can skip ahead to the final table if you get first on that round. Otherwise, 2nd and 3rd will make it to the 3rd round of this playoffs phase.
Yep.
Table D, where we see the 3 people we've qualified, only 1st and 2nd get to that 3rd round of the playoffs phase.
Yes. And there's no auto pass all, go to final table for Table D. That is only available to Table E. So a lot to play for in getting 1st or 2nd for Table C here. Just even having the chance to skip one round is a huge deal, especially in UMA-only tournaments.
Yes. Exactly. That is the benefit you get for qualifying in 4th to 7th place.
Speaking of, unless I was mistaken, I think the Umaoka was relatively reduced, at least after we saw this game's end. And the reason I bring that up is because you see how Tomozoe, Shoten, 4 seasons, and City Plus are all very close. You'll notice City Plus is actually ahead on earned points. And based on how 4th will be eliminated, potentially that tiebreaker could decide their 2nd versus 3rd placement, which would be a huge deal for City Plus.
Yes.
Again, advancing to Table E instead of having to play on Table D.
The one thing you got to remember as well, though, is that you do have to have a gap of at least 3 total points. Unless it goes, I think, to 5 games.
Okay. So if we get to 5 games, everything's on the table. But
yes,
after 3 games, if there's not a gap of at least 3 points between 3rd and 4th, we will play a 4th game.
Yes.
So
I love this rule set. It's great. It's horrible to explain, but I get it. But it's kind of cool.
Yes, and I believe the way this is written, that they have not played a game yet, right? This is the first
They've played
game
one
for
of their
Table C?
3 games.
They have played one. So these are the scores after their first game. So we're heading into the second
one. Yes.
Okay.
So we will be jumping in for game 2 on Table C. So we know our stakes. Top 3. The scores are so close.
So
AMC do have a nice lead, though. They're doing pretty well. Like, it could go very wrong for them, but for now, it's.
I mean, fourth has to be a 3-point gap. So especially if City Plus avoids fourth, it's looking like a game 4 scenario at least.
But yeah, I suppose we have 2 more games for you on this one table we don't know the fate of. For the next round, I will be swapping out, I believe. Who am I swapping out for? For Nathanael. Hello.
Yeah,
it's you. Hello.
Oh,
Showrunner.
What a wild set of games we're gonna have watching and computing and trying to figure it all out. It is fantastic. I love the format. It's so unique.
It's really interesting. As long as it's still close, there's something to fight for. But then knowing whether it's still close or not is the tricky part.
I mean, yeah. As far as a all last calculator, and even just a conditional game to play, I think this is the most involved or complex calculating condition format I've ever seen. Because again, you heard us talk about it last game, there are so many things to calculate and so many scenarios to think about before heading into the game, and that you constantly have to remind yourself with and constantly be mindful of while playing based on whose placement is looking to go what way.
The one thing I will say is I think Table B is the most complicated one because you have that of first, second, third, fourth split. You only have to worry about last place in this one, so it should be a little bit easier to track.
But definitely something to play for to get top 2 versus third, because again, you get a chance to skip to the final table on table E, which is what first and second place gets you, whereas third place going to table D, you do not get that chance to skip to the final table.
Alrighty. Well,
yeah, thanks for helping out in that first game, Chiral. Understand the madness and walk us through.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends.
Incredible format, yeah. What do you say, Nate? You want to get into it?
Let's do it.
We'll introduce.
We know the situation, sort of. And we'll hop into the players for this upcoming Table C. Now, as you noted, they've already played a game, so we're up to game 2 now. And it should be an excellent. A lot of super popular players, super well-known, sitting at this table. In the East seed, Haruka Kinoshita from JPML representing Team City Plus. In the South seed, Kazunori Takizawa for Tomozoe Shoten, JPML Pro. In the West seed, Shota Taira from AMC Dental and NPM Pro. And in the North seed, Chifumi Yamawaki representing Team 4 Seasons, JPML Pro. It is going to be a fantastic battle, and this is the unique table. Table C, the sort of reward for being at the top. Oop. It's like this one got bugged a little bit.
Oop.
Let's head back to the players and see if we can't fix that a little bit before we have it. But yeah, this is the exciting table because with all of the scores coming in from the preliminary rounds, these teams have the best chance of advancing to the next round.
Yeah, so friendly reminder with points too. Team City Plus is going to be at 56. And I believe, if I have the memory of above a goldfish, that it was AMC Dental that was in the lead at 61. Meaning that our other 2 teams were at 57 points. So all teams close. AMC Dental with a 4-point gap on second and third, and City Plus 1 point behind second and third. We will see if we can get this video fix, which looks like
it is.
It's good. We're there. We did it. We're doing it live.
I love the Tomozoe Shoten t-shirts.
Dude, everyone's dripped out. They all got the team shirts.
Of course, team founder. His face on the t-shirt is fantastic.
It's so fun. It's very goofy. Honestly, kind of becoming a American continued bit too. We love getting shirts of random players in our clubs and wearing them en masse. So we recognize it. We respect the game.
All right, Kinoshita for his dealer for City Plus. Opens up 3 Sodora, not really visible in the hand. Also, just tough set of tiles to work with. Takizawa.
Yeah.
Similarly challenging.
Slow-ish. We got a door worked in for AMC Dental, but a lot of junk to get rid of. We'll play it slower. It looks like Yamawaki with the fastest hands, the most normal, just on kind of a Pinfudora. Maybe a Pinfutanyo. Maybe even Pinfunomi. Riichi Nomi at that. Oh, South pair. Okay. Not even Tanyo. But we might be able to work in Adora. Got some time. Riichi Nomi went on the South. Take a quick, easy lead. Make sure that City Plus stays in 4th. That might be valuable. Get as many points as possible.
Yeah, situation is very, very close here, but AMC Dental definitely at 4-point advantage. We'll be milking that as much as they can to the end. 4-mon triplet is quite strong. Still a lot of work to go. There's 3. So second Dora. Okay, how do we play around this? Just let it go. Doesn't fit the hand well enough, so just gonna get that out before Riichi comes out. Well played. The timing excellent. Again, AMC Dental players can afford to be a little bit more cautious with this lead.
Yeah.
Don't need to force the value. And now, just a straight fold out. Yamawaki will have lots of chance. Miss. South 2 Soshabo. Just
very, very strong. Tuso near the Dora, so a bit tough, but that South is going to look very loose, assuming people are pushing it, which they might just decide not to. Taira is straight out from the looks of it, from that drop.
Yeah, the Riichi value not there yet. We'll wait and see what the Una becomes should Yamawaki find the win.
Kinoshita, though, look at this. 2 Ankos, 2 other pairs with it. I mean, the 2-pin's scary. It's near the reach tile. You don't have anything really great to push. You could try 2-mon too. Oh, and we'll throw 9. Pretty safe. That does still play a Chitoi route. Couple scary drops to get there, but is something.
Yeah, it's pretty nice that 9 goes through. Not much better in the hand, but if she can get all the 9s through, and then the 6s should also go through, should have a very safe path out. Now, she also has pairs as an option, so maybe if the 2-pin eventually passes, she can try to play for the pairs later.
Yeah, wow, and Takizawa looks to be pretty out as well, just really wanting that safety.
That's all 4 copies of the 6-pin visible to Kinoshita, so she can cut the 6-pin pair, and all the 7s and 8s should look fine too.
Yeah, Takizawa, very confident on defense. Definitely playing smart heads up. I can't imagine that South is going to come out unless somebody drops it first, especially folding out like that. So one South left on the wall is what I'm reading here to draw. And then I think 1 Tuso as well. I think there's 1 still not in hand. 5-pin will get played. Ishan 10 found for dealer Kinoshita on the Chitoi. That wasn't Takizawa, excuse me. That was Taira, who had that floating South. 7, that's safe. Super out. Don't need that for the Chi Toy.
It's a good long waiting game. Do we have any south in hand? Just the one here for Taira?
Yeah, just the one. Yep. Just one here. So there's one south, and then there's 1 2-so left. None in hand, but one is the indicator. So 2 tiles left to win.
A waiting game.
Little rough. Yeah, but K10 points are K10 points.
You're kind of hoping that you would have seen the south come out a little bit earlier in the hand before enough tiles came out to allow other players to defend successfully. So now that it's gotten this late, players would be more suspicious if they draw a south and haven't seen it come out yet.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Now we get in this position. 2-pin, Suji, even though it's weird and near there. And wow, 6-pin, we're out. Don't like the 2-pin from the 4-pin cut. Even with 5-pin already checked.
Oh, Tsumo.
Oh, finds the last 2. Riichi Nora.
We'll take what we can get. Hopefully,
our
voices are clear. We are here in Table C, game number 2 of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so at least one more game to play after this. Nobody is dead in the water after this game.
Yeah, we have...
That being said, things might start to get cut.
A cap for Table C at 3 games. No 4th game here.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the previous divisions. So, Takizawa, our dealer, 29-5. It was a relatively slow
hands are looking
start.
good this round.
Yeah, I like this. 5-so Dora, I also like to see, especially if I'm building an inside hand, but Takizawa has the opportunity as a dealer to win a lot of points if you can pull in central so tiles.
Is Taira going to call it? Nope.
Right now, he's just floating the 6. It really wants to draw the lower side there to pull in a better shape and the extra value.
Taira also has safety dropping the tunes later, so can try and build value, focus on a safe game, avoiding 4th, and seeing yourself pretty good placement to not be eliminated from the stage at the minimum. Which I'm sure they're thinking and playing around. Still have not hit a Shoten upgrade. We do have a little bit of efficiency that we pick up from that 5-mon, and Kinoshita is going to take it. Speaking of Shoten gain, well, not a Shoten, but we can switch to have a little bit of a better end weight. We are going to do that. We're going to drop the 1s. Don't like the double pair weight there.
9-pin pair, so we're going to hold the Dora for as long as we can, but there might be a world where we just have to throw that out for the Riichi.
But speaking of Riichi, Takizawa dealer. Dama no Yaku Tenpai on 7-so. Does not Riichi it. That being said, when a 1-pin 2-so Riichi happens across, we might start fighting.
Yeah, it's tough. Takizawa really wants that door draw. And 7-pin Genbutsu.
Still no Riichi too. Only 1 2-so. The rest of the way is live, unless I'm mistaken.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, 2 1-pins. Looks pretty cheap for Pinzu as well. 2-sos, the Dora Suji, not great, but if a Dora comes out, you might check it. Takizawa checks 8, passes. Back to Shoten, but that 3-mon floater.
Another Genbutsu tile. We are just staying safe here. Another Ishanten. Kinoshita staying with it.
Oh, and it looks like Taira fully out. Super Dunzo, doesn't want to take any risks. And we'll redraw. Still Ishanten. A little bit of a weird one. And this is Tenpai, right?
2-mon, 2-3.
6 is scary, but man, how are you going to upgrade this, right?
He goes for it. 6-so Riichi.
We'll try it.
There's the door draw for Taina. Yamawaki now. 3 pin.
So bad. 2 out at least.
Oh, here's
Speaking of scary tiles to drop for Tenpai, the deal-in tile or Dora, so take your pick. Which this might just straight up either be a backwards Mawashi or it might be a deal-in, because I can't imagine you justify 5/2 with 2 1-sos out. I think you'd have to take it on the 4-so Kanchan. And yeah, we even see the fold because both are so scary.
Atsumo for
Ipatsumo by Takizawa. And Ura 3, reach Ipatsumo, Ura 3, we found Hanemon!
This is insanity. Takizawa.
Oh my god!
Declines the early Tenpai, dances around, jams the dangerous 6-0, and finds Ipatsumo Ura-san for the monster lead.
Mr. Aura came to play. What a challenge. What an Ura hit. Oh my goodness. An absolutely nuclear level Ura bomb. Just hit the table, and Takizawa has benefited. This hand, I want to say, not looking the best, but if I know anything about Takizawa, that does not matter to him. He has found some insane hands that just look completely innocuous on the start.
Yeah, I mean, there are extra consideration, situational factors here that Takizawa has to consider, namely if Kinoshita gets a 4th here, but we will save that for the South rounds, as there's still a lot to be determined here in the early portion.
Yeah. And it looks like Taira has a decent hand. I would imagine this will be first to Tenpai a lot of the time. Still beyond Shoten, but fairly strong. Yamawaki, a bit clumsy in the shape. Kind of the same for Kinoshita. Some junk to get rid of. But Takizawa looks like, I don't want to make assumptions. I feel like Takizawa is going to end up passing dealership here. That is a very slow hand, and there is some speed on the rest of this board.
Yeah, well, he's done his work on the
he can kind of coast for the rest of the game and still end up all right most of the time.
Form a nice draw.
Little upgrade, maybe 1 pin, 1 pin. Yep. 2 pairs to play, a lot of options. You can get a little weird with it if you draw like 8-so. So it comes out. We'll keep it. Takizawa upgrading a little bit, but still not there. 7 so found. So I imagine that's 9 that'll get thrown later, which is safe to dealer. And Kinoshita, 2 out of 3, not bad, especially when Taira's got every reason in the world to fold 4 points ahead of everybody else right now.
Yeah, he can play this so patiently. 9s and 9s. So play for the inside hand. Doesn't even need to open, really.
So passively, yeah. The worst that can happen after this game for Taira is somebody ties them. That is worst case scenario.
Yeah, the AMC Gentle just wants to pick up 1 point here at least, and that's extremely doable, even though Takizawa has such a big lead. Even if they don't pick up that 1 point, they will be very comfortable moving into game 3.
Especially just avoiding 4th. When that's all you need to do to make sure you're not eliminated, as nice as 1st and 2nd is, it at least gives you a supreme amount of breathing room. We have a decision here. We are going to switch to the E-Peiko. Also on the Dora still beyond Shoten though, for Taira with that high value hand. Ooh, bit of a thought there. How do you like that 9-mon cuts? For Yamawaki. It's a weird shape.
Yeah, we can take another peek. Come back around.
Oh, an efficiency time, and we'll throw 1-mon. We'll keep the South. We want to E-Void and E-Pots from the looks of it. Make sure we have some safety. Question is, will that bite Kinoshita? 5-so, Ishanten found. Then yes, weird decisions. We have 9-mon there, but things get a little tricky with the Sozu shape. We also have a Tanyao 5-so weight route that we found now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a couple of ones to worry about. Oh, 7. This certainly is wider, so let's take it.
Yeah, West is hard to pass up dropping there. Again, weird draws. Oh, speaking of, okay, not Tanya, but Tenpai, Riichi, Dora waiting on 7-mon.
So this is 3 consecutive hands where Yamawaki has found a Riichi or Riichi only or Riichi +1. And, well, Taira, how do you feel about chasing here?
6-mon with 3 4s to block and 2 5s is fairly safe. You also have the high-end half Suji.
That is the Dora.
With the 9-mon. It's near the Dora. Scary, but...
Yeah, Suji, so...
You could also throw 5,
tough,
which also
like, do they have the last 4-mon?
Wow, and reaches it. On 2 5-pin. Doesn't even have to. Could Dama for Tanya, but wants to go all in. Oh my god, what a hard hand to play this has now become. We have 4 pairs. Kinoshita has a chance to think about Suizoeater backup.
It's Dora 2.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, what's your route? You throw 2 3-so. Those look bad. And yeah, it's 6-mon's Gambutsu, so you can play the Chitoi safe for now.
Pin. That's gonna be it.
Naughty pots, but each Tanya or 3 back to back.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is not allowed. Hang on a second.
Oh my goodness! This is the nuclear table. Well, now the players have to EV factor in every Riichi with an Akos or a 3. That completely changes the game.
Yamawaki's like, where was mine in East 1? Playing a different game here. Oh, Taira with the Mungon is now going to be in a fantastic
It gets to
position.
coast too. Yeah, in coast territory. May even just pass this dealership and prioritize safety if the hand's not good enough. But this is not even a bad hand. Has some time to think on it.
So keep in mind for Team AMC, the worst case scenario is that both of the teams at 57 points take a first place, right, for 3 points.
I would actually argue it's if City Plus takes first and AMC Dental takes 4th, because if that happens, they have a chance to drop the round after, I believe. Whereas, or no, because there's not a gap.
Yeah, the gap is 4 points to both those teams. So AMC Dental is just chilling for this game, and any points that they get are a bonus. But just playing to press this game forward, and so that's why we have seen such patient play. But not going to decline the Tenpai and Taira up into 2nd place now. And the battle for 3rd and 4th is still going strong. Of course.
It would take minimum 2 games for AMC Dental. 2 games after this one for AMC Dental to be knocked out completely. There's no mathematical way for it to happen.
Exactly.
Counting this game and next one. They have at least 3 games before they get knocked out. Now, getting 3rd, I believe possible next game, counting this one in certain scenarios, but still so much breathing room. So much less pressure than these other teams are facing. And midway, hands looking standard. Anyone scary? I don't think so.
No, very, very standard shapes here. Kinoshita again, 1-3, so 1-3, we're in 3 Mon, 6-8 Mon, 2 Kanchan shapes that are a little awkward to play, and also Takizawa with this door that's floating in between 2 diamond shapes. It's good when you still have tiles to play with. It's bad when you get close to Tenpai.
When you get locked in, yeah, you have to sacrifice a lot of efficiency to play those. Kinoshita does have a Sanshoku. We'll see it here. We do have the 1-2-3. That's a bit scary, although that Forzo is going to make it a little bit harder to play.
Okay.
Takizawa committing to the Dora early and being up this much, I'd imagine that makes complete sense.
Yeah, he's just saying
might as well not give a chance to call it. Dora 3s are apparently common on this table, so might as well not give someone the chance to pawn the Dora 3. They at least have to get it from the wall if they hit the Uradora for it.
Again, we see the type of play that you only are allowed to do when you have a huge lead, or you have a very defensive, extremely defensive play style. Taira with like the 4 blocks, 1 floater, and 3 honor tiles.
I would even argue not even a defensive play style, because it just, you'll lose out to wins by the end of it. Like, just being ahead by a ton seems to be the only way. See, Force drawn. Taira gets a little bit there, but again, no incentive to really play the hands unless it is super duper good. For pin, we can guarantee Ramen around Dora. And we are going to take that. Takizawa looking to collect up a bit. Ooh, 4th pair. Don't want it. Don't want it. Not even going to humor a Chizoe or anything like that. Speaking of humor, we can play this terrible, like, extended round con where you have a pair at the end of one side.
Yeah, I just want to drop one of the pairs. There are 2 to choose from, the 4468 and the 5579.
The 4468 makes more sense, I think, because, well, I guess you can draw the Ramen around the 5579 as well. Ooh, you don't have the upper way.
Yeah, 5 so here confirming the chance at 234. Now currently Ishanten looking for the 5-pin, but can easily draw an upper pin tile and shift that around for the mega value.
Takizawa there too decides to just full commit to the shapes that are already in the hand and play 2 safe honors with it. Again, kind of playing the coast, fully safe, turtle heavy play style. Just trying to make sure that there is no way they will deal in throughout the hand.
1 pin out, we're getting later in the rounds. Don't want to drop a 7-pin that you don't have to, as it's close to Dora.
Yeah. Taira still beyond Shoten as well. A lot of work to be done to get to Tenpai. This might just be an...
Oh, it's going to be a reach.
Oof.
Not quite the Sanchoku, unfortunately, but it is Tenpai waiting on the door itself.
We reached Dora with 40 Fu, so, well, 240 minimum. Sumo, 330. Not bad. You know, you're down a little bit. At least trying to pass Taira is a good thing.
Taira does pull in the Dora. 20 plots to turn. But 8 pin's no good. That's going to induce a fold.
Another pair, no nonsense, 8 pin. Hard tile to check. 7 pin. Won't do too much. We'll do another one. Just collect Dora, which is going to be really good for Taira. Again, just kind of wants to pass the dealership. Has plenty of room between definitely 4th in this game as well as 3rd at the moment. Don't need to do anything risky.
6 pin is right suit adjacent tile, but there's only 1 5-pin to find, and we're running out of time to find it.
Yeah, there is technically 1 5-pin left. It's still somewhere.
No more draws, unfortunately, and so only 1 player, Tenpai Kinoshita, will find 3,000 points, leave 1 stick in the middle of the table. Looking good for a 3rd place so far, and only 6,800 away from 2nd. So, Yamawaki now got an unfortunate Ura-san. However, she has her first dealership. Points to collect in the middle of the table.
Yamawaki is going to want to run it up. Definitely get a hand or 2 here. Is the all-last dealer, so theoretically could always come back from anything during that, but giving yourself some breathing room now would be quite nice, or at least closing the gap a little bit right now.
Oh, hello.
And so, yeah, especially with Takizawa with a hand like that. Oh, my goodness. That was double Yakuhai E Peiko already, right?
Yeah, looking for a 3-pin. But 4 pairs also is going to be kind of interesting. A lot of ways that hand can change. Puln, 4 so
drop 4
straight into Ishanten.
I mean, even has a double Yakuhai like Chanta route.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
With the 7-9, can play the Honitsu and run it down if wanted. Speaking of pairs, oh my god, Ishanten on Chitoi, and we'll drop probably confirming that. That'll be dealer Yamawaki. That's a route to some value. That'll do it.
That was really funny. The one pin came out, and Takizawa moved his hand over his one pin pair, and the camera moved perspectives as well. And no call.
He thought
just
about
adjusting,
it. He said, he said, I see it. Maybe I called the second one.
Hey, 8 Sodora comes out from Taira. He is just sending that as early as possible.
Yeah. I mean, see the threat on the table. Say, hey, do I got something to worry about, or is everything good here?
Preemptive.
Okay, plays the 5-mon.
Well. Okay.
Well, can still play the Honitsu, so we'll keep the floater there, or the Chanta. Guaranteed 2 Han, hopefully 3+ on either of those routes.
Keeping both options alive.
Mm-hmm. 1 Mon.
Another Chanta.
Technically plays the Chanta.
Honitsu is better, right?
Yeah. I mean, even just the Honitsu floater's got to be better than that.
Exactly.
Okay, Taira. A little bit of Shanta, or a little bit of Shoten, and we'll call 2 Mon to Tenpai. Kinoshita looking to end Yamawaki's dealership, just make sure the game gets moving.
Sekadora, of course.
Taira goes, you didn't call the first one. You raw me 2K, I can pay that. We're good with that. 6 pin, this might be 7-9 here. Yep. And the 7 Mon deals in. But Takizawa looks at that hand and goes, 1K sold, or 1,300 sold.
Yes, and that's pretty big for Kinoshita, though. Mine's 2,300 points if you include everything that was left over in the middle. So this not only increases the lead over Yamawaki, but also the gap up until second place for Taira that is closing rapidly. Ooh, East pair as the dealers, fantastic. 8 Sodora held as well. So we see the scores get updated. Takizawa just chilling. Nothing too fancy going on that hand. Dora won for Taira and Yakuhai pair, but might not feel so inclined to open up.
Thinking.
Ooh, 7 pin. Nice. Phil. Dealer is advancing quickly.
Okay, won't do it. A lot of quick hands, but not a whole lot of value. Although we have a reach Pinfudora possibly. Or not even Pinfu, because Kinoshita can just call the East and then have East Dora. That's something. 2 Yakuai pairs in other hands. We got some weird stuff from Yamawaki here. With the Hatsu and 2 pairs around it. Dora as well. I mean, I would say that it doesn't look like anyone's going to have an explosive hand, but I've said that twice before, and then all of a sudden the wall has a different thing in mind. So
Riichi is an explosive hand.
Yeah.
There we go.
Schrodinger's Mangan, as they call it.
Ishana, or Hanuman if you're Takizawa and can find Ibatsu.
It's true. A little bit of a tank there. We like the 6-8. We want to get rid of the 2-4 for Takizawa.
Interesting decisions now for Kinoshita. If it gets late, will she call the East? Would like to Riichi, of course. Lots of value in doing so, but we'll see.
Now some action on the board. 1 call, no tune out, so we'll be able to snap that up if anybody has to play it. May also influence Kinoshita to open up, cheap out.
Perhaps,
try and just take the repeat.
Perhaps Taira feels a little more comfortable making this play. 1, because he has the tune pair that he can discard later if something becomes scary. And 2, Kinoshita is the dealer. That's kind of his competition in this hand. I mean, all right, let's be honest. Yeah. Taira doesn't have any competition in this game, but if you are playing normal game,
getting the points nice. Yeah. I mean, again, definitely wants to avoid 4th and pretty much guarantees like making it to the last if we avoid a 4th here, or getting eliminated this round if you avoid a 4th here.
Oh,
so
Tenpai.
Good things, Tenpai. Oh, and we'll take it. Reach Dora on the 7-so, which would normally be a little loose if Taira didn't have a pair of them.
Oh, they're all drawn now.
And the last 6-so, yeah. Yamawaki has it, decides to throw some Manzu.
9-mon, 9-mon, 8-mon seems like a nice attempt to stay in the hand.
Yeah, fighting a little bit. Taira fully out, doesn't want any piece of this action. Yamawaki gonna try and fight back, but it depends how many scary tiles we draw. You know, if we gotta push one scary thing, not too bad. If we gotta push 4 of them, that gets a lot different and calcing if you're staying on the push. Okay. I mean, we have Hatsu to throw to. It's completely safe.
Forso is thrice visible to Yamawaki, so she might consider Forso Chuso, but as you say, Hatsu might be the play. Oh, and
she's thinking though. She could have thrown like 1-2, done something weird, but just wants to play the normal reach pin fu from the looks of it. Reach pin Dora even. Still very much in the hand. 4-mon, that's
the one mon tile that was a little suspect. All the Monzo are pretty clear except for 1 force mon.
But I mean, again, one tough push is doable, especially with this hand value. This is a lot of value. Shoten Fight Chun is a little weird.
Jam.
We'll play it though. It works. Taira's ecstatic, going, okay. I can get that out of my hand. Same for Takizawa. Guilt-free Chun drop. Will we see it though?
Yeah, considers
safe 6 months.
6 months still safe. Chun is gonna be safe to everybody, in theory.
Two will throw. That should be fine. More scared on the 4.
Now Taira follows Chun. Oh, and there it is.
8, so Tenpai, yeah, we gotta chase it. The weight, not good. I think there's no 3 pins left. I think 1 6-pin. But we gotta take it. What else are we doing?
Absolutely. It's the fight against dealer. Scary, but you're in last.
Takizawa denying Tenpai too. Did I see that right? Would have had to drop 5-8 so.
Oh, the East is so late.
Yeah, denied Tenpai last turn. Wow. Didn't even want to check the 5-8. And 2 Tenpais will repeat.
Dealer and dealer Kinoshita picking up 1500. Yamawaki as well from the north seat. Those were 3rd place and 4th place. It's a battle now for 2nd. 2 sticks in the middle.
This is where it starts to get tricky. 2300. A lot of points. Starting to get up there, starting to justify a lot more pushing. Takizawa can still afford the turtle a bit, but you know, Taira or Kinoshita get a Mangan, and all of a sudden that 1st place not so secure. Yamawaki too able to win this hand, and the catch up will be a lot easier. Starting hand for Kinoshita, not the best. Takizawa, very fundamentally good hand, has that Dora too in a penchant, but still in a shape. Bit of a messy hand for Taira. 4 pairs to play though, and Shitoe I'm sure is going to be welcome. Yamawaki, fairly normal hand. Can't imagine there's going to be too much flashiness. I'm going to be interested if Takizawa gets another piece of the Itsu if he commits to it. That would be high value and justify a late push. And you would be able to open up as well if you wanted to kind of speed the hand up, even if the end weight's awkward.
Yeah, Takizawa really doesn't want to get involved, but you can never rest too much.
Yeah.
These players, you just let them build their own hands. We'll catch up.
Yeah, get those huge values. So like a 1K or a 2K hand for Takizawa, if it shuts down a Mangan, is worth insane value.
Yeah, 9-mon here seemed to be the best, but it's Dora. It's tough to give that up.
You could play Tuso here maybe if you're Takizawa, but just doesn't even want to consider the E2 or any weird things. Just wants to play one mon, disconnected, doesn't really fit on the rest of the shape. Plays the Ramens, plays the floating Tuso for like a weird Ipiko options later too.
Biggie Shoten for Yamawaki.
Oh, Tuso will come out there. We like 7 so as a floater. You consider that strong.
And that's a Tenpai.
Each Pandora. We'll take. We like it. 3-6 pin. Is this a debate on the Patsu break? No, did draw the tile. I'm dumb. I'm a little silly.
Camera.
I was like, wait a second.
Camera too. The draw, or rather, the draw too fast for the camera. No Ibatsu here. There is a chance that Ura-san though.
That's
even though it's
scarily enough, yeah. Well, how many 5s are out? We already see one.
That's a 2.
One in the end.
One in the hand,
there's still
course.
2 on the wall. Uh-oh.
There's a chance.
It's live. We want to be keeping track of those 5s, is what we've seen earlier in the game.
Oh, is that a
7 on? Not quite there. Kinoshita, not fully out, but gonna struggle to justify the fight. Oh wow, and a pair folded immediately. Taira's out. Doesn't even want to entertain backing up into a cheat toy. Decision time. Ooh, Kinoshita wants to scrap. Speaking of, we'll throw the 5 mon. I don't think... Does Takizawa have any free 10s with what they've dropped?
Unless they're in the Sozu.
Yes, does have 9 so free 10 problems. And looking to probably just get out of the hands with that drop.
Yeah.
Back up respectfully. Well, true, back into the pair, but we just dropped the Norse, so can we justify anything? We'll throw the green. Said, you know what? If the wall wants to give me pairs, maybe I'll play them.
Well, setting aside the 6 mon.
Okay. Maybe justify a 4 mon check. You got 3 of the 5s. You don't really have anything super safe.
It's reaching a little bit harder.
Could try 7. 7 pins bad.
Yeah.
9 into 4 that late. That could be 9-8, 6-4 shape.
Absolutely.
Easy.
We just saw that. Kinoshita had that same Riichi in the previous hand.
Yeah.
Didn't win.
Fresh on the mind.
Exactly.
Ooh, Kabe 5. That's big. That is good stuff. A lot of safety and info you'll be able to tell from that.
1 mon out, so the lower Monzo should be able to go through.
Yeah, it just gets 3 5s too. So big. Takizawa successfully out of the hands. Thinking here, it looks like Taira's struggling, but plays the 2s. Wants to be out.
The 2 pins at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Takizawa can continue to clear these 5s, and the more 4s that he draws, the safer they become to discard. Does Kinoshita want to get back into this? The Sozu all looks so bad, so we'll play the Suji 7
7-7.
Now, we noted that 7
still Ishanten.
Yeah, could deal into the awkward 4-6-8 shape with a 4-pin Riichi. But she can see most of the 8 pins, so it's a lot less likely. And as you said, we'll go 7-7 into Tenpai.
Yep, 6-9 so. Technically still a 9 so that could be dropped. That is safe to the Riichi. That would cause free 10 problems. But unlikely that will happen. Maybe gets a 6 so, although we can see 3 in the wall. Did anyone draw that last 5 yet?
7 so, 8 so. We'll just jam the 7.
We'll try it. Better than chicken 8. Oh my god. Taira's like, don't give me that. Quit trying to make me care about the sand.
Just picking which save tile is the best to play. Now has East. Okay. Yeah. Very easy now. Doesn't need to think.
Let's see what we draw. We draw 6, fully safe. Takizawa gets out, and yeah.
We get to see the Tempais once again. 2 players.
Shit, the Yamawaki, same thing. And now we'll be going with 3,600 in the pot for next round. As scores reverse, and Taira now in third.
Got ourselves a 5-on. Nice shapes. Promising for value.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, second Dora. Maybe a potential Tanyo. Central tells for Taira. He's paired less useful for Yamawaki here. I'm rooting for 5, 6, 7 Sancho for Kinoshita.
Yeah, I could see that. 2-mon pair up. Something Taira, especially with all those Dora, may decide to play the hand. Try and lock in a first or a second.
Takizawa making fast progress as well. Ooh, Haku pair. Okay, new plan.
It's gotta be 7 so here, right?
Up to 4 pairs now with door 2 could end up with 7 pairs. Although the Haku comes out, no call.
Wait for now. Still one more. Don't have to decide just yet.
And now 5 pairs.
Yeah, it's pretty decided. Throws the 9. Oh, 9's twice out. Yeah.
9 actually not as good as you'd hope it'd be.
Although that's the exact situation where I do that, and then guess what the next tile is? 9-mon. Bam.
3-mon.
Close. Was a Manzu. We'll throw Forza though. Yeah, just committed to the Chitoi. Taira can also fold with the whites later, so very, very safe. Not very committal towards anything. Kinoshita actually dropping the 1 pins, wants to take Tanyao.
Yeah, leave that open.
Trying to option the speed up.
Takizawa finds the Shoten also, so looking speedy. Can Pon Hatsu.
Speaking of Ishanten, Yamawaki just finds it. Not the most valuable hand, but something.
So is Tempai. Reach.
Yeah, we'll take it.
147.
Right. Pretty good.
Surely this one wins. It feels like Yamawaki has declared Riichi every single round of this game. East 1, East 2, East 3. Not sure about her dealership, but definitely has gotten Tempai on both of Kinoshita's dealerships, so. This has a chance to be big points. Riichi, Pifu, the Samanchan, and the Dora.
Yeah, I mean, the ground for, or laying the ground for the catch up, 3,600 added on, like, it's enough. I mean, Kinoshita and Taira, bleeding points, you get 1 more hand, you get your dealership. Oh! Dama, that could be big too. Ipeko on the 3-pin.
Takizawa says, there's so many Suji, surely this 9-pin is fine. Swap around. 9 so's good.
Yep. Don't want the 4-7. Shonpai Hatsu looks weird, but does it look weird enough to fold out? You could play 5 so and kind of back up a bit, but wants all efficiency possible. Kinoshita wants this hand bad. 4 so could play 8. Who's going to play 5 still? Well, not Tempai anymore.
Yeah, Ishant, but very, very strong Ishant. That 4 so just not safe enough to try against there. Was not so bad, but he has a much safer path that's very wide.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he can always cut down the Hatsu if he gets Tempai.
Aping gets checked. We have the Suji. There's already 2 out, so it would be a weak shape. Now we have to decide what to do here. We'll drop 3 mon back.
Sabe-chan is supposed to win.
You know, they tell you that the more I play Riichi, the more I feel like that's just objectively wrong for some reason. It's one of my most occultist opinions that like Sanmin-chan win rate is like a fake stat. It always, surely recency bias, or what is it, negative experience bias, whatever it's called. But yeah, confirmation bias.
Yeah,
Sanmin-chans just feel like they should win a lot more than they do. Oh, 5-pin comes out. We're gonna try 5-4. Keep that one.
Oh, there's the dealing. 4-7. Okay. Route again. Just 3. Yeah, we'll just back away.
Grands, we're out.
Tried to find a way to stay in it as long as possible. Ultimately bows away.
Quite get there.
Oh, hello.
Well, that 5 you had would have been a little bit nicer now.
Yeah, it would have been Tempai actually, but you can't expect to draw the 4th copy of the 6-pin.
You can con and get Hote, so you don't lose a draw off of it. You technically gain 1.
Yeah.
That being said, still a couple sumo turns, so it feels scary. Yeah, and we'll drop the 7. Most likely being out. 5-pin may get dropped, but oh my god, speaking of good hands, gonna die. Taira, too much danger.
Yeah, all these hands could have fought. Oh, well, back to Tempai. If you... No, I'm not going to take it.
No. It's a sign, though. I mean, they'll see. I mean, the 5-8's so bad.
Yeah,
5-8's
really
like the actual only bad thing, I think, left to check that's like really obvious.
Oh, we're going to see the con.
Oh, we're trying it. Kinoshita likes to have the outside ones open as well. Write that down in the books.
Not going to give Takizawa a chance to draw into Tempai safely, so just cons and shuts it down. Only one player, Tempai, not judge. A small break, perhaps. So we'll take a quick peek at our commentators on the Japanese side of things. Always fun to see the face of Akagi in the back. The Saikyosen tournament.
I get some weird little packages with how you'd think the 7-pin would look when you start playing this game, but it doesn't. People don't often talk about that. They don't talk about how the 7-pin is a 4-pin and a 3-pin stacked, which also makes sense. But I think Dragon Ball really influences us, and we're like, oh, if there's 7, it looks like that.
My goodness.
It's just how it works.
I'm curious. I wish I could, well, first of all, hear what they're saying, and then second of all, understand Japanese
it
well enough to
have enough fluency. Yeah.
It comes with a booklet too. Yeah, and this I remember watching the regular season, a similar situation with South Round. We get a nice break in between, but it gives us some time to think about the conditions. Again, we are in Table C. They play 3 games, and it can end early if 4th place is completely out of it, but according to the scores that we have here, that is not possible because there will always be.
Well, this is second game, and they have to play 3 minimum. So I think if Kinoshita gets last, there are situations where that happens. Maybe not even. I think there are a lot of situations in 2 games where 4th can be more than 3 points from 3rd or 3 points away.
That was Kinoshita's dealership, and we'll pass over to Takizawa now. because Yamawaki could not find the symbol on the Sabanchan, that means we will still have all of those sticks in the middle of the table. The 4 Riichi sticks, 3 Honban now, a huge amount to collect.
Yes.
And advantage to the players with speed. We saw Yamawaki with a pair of the red dragon. Kinoshita, pair of the green dragon. Although the accompanying shapes are a little bit weak, she has speed at least in the form of calling. Takizawa, pair of the south wind here in the south round. And Taira, perhaps just the best shapes.
Yeah, it has the Dora Ipeko shape too, which is really, really strong. Ton of points. That being said, with 5,200 in the middle, people are ready to call and go. Kinoshita is going to take the lead with that Hatsu call. And I'd imagine we'll see more South Slam called. Takizawa wants in. Says, I don't want anybody else to get these points. My first gets threatened if they do, so I'm fighting. Paired up where Ishan 10. Taira is going to fight too.
Yeah, with each of these called hands, Taira draws a good tile, moves closer to Tenpai, so the one closed hand is not falling behind.
Yeah, and all of a sudden with, I'd say, a fairly defensive game, a very playing back, letting it go to Ryukoku. You know, unfortunate deal in, barely here or there. This is going to be an all-out slugfest. And again, 52 in the middle, how can you not? So many points to pass up, trying to fight for.
Call here, second time for Kinoshita Palm. It's awkward. That was the only pair in the hand, but
yeah,
technically moving forward, so it's in this race. Every little bit might help.
Is that a half Shanten? Making your only pair a ko, I think, and then if you redraw the pair, it's like you just have extra options to get that Shanten.
I feel like if she had better shapes, maybe just go that way. But at this rate, she might call all the way down to a Haruka Tanki. Single tile.
For 52, you got to do what you got to do. But Tenpai hit Damad. Taira on 6-9, 6-mon would be Pinfu Ipeko Dora 2. That's Mangan.
And in this
my god, on top of the 52.
The Dora doesn't really matter as much as the points in the middle of the table, so players are probably more willing to cut a 6-mon if it means they get to keep Tenpai.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, Yamawaki does not need to do so here.
Yeah, I mean, 9-mon might come out later from that, but it would take weird draws, I think.
Yeah, all the players can use a Dora right now. Oh, well, not Takizawa anyway, anymore rather. Surely we don't switch? Maybe thinks about the 8?
Imagine you can. No, once the 5, I guess, doesn't want to check the 2-5, because it might deal in. Not quite worth the extra unsafety to Kinoshita, who's open.
Yeah, there are two.
Game on that's much more protected.
Open, you're all right.
And I mean, again, like you were saying, win rate maxing.
There's the back door.
Hit a 9.
4-mon draw into Itsu.
Okay, Hadaka Tanki, pretty unlikely now, but the problem is still headless with a Ryoncon and a floating 7-pin.
Honestly, though, I think if he draws the 4-mon, he'll just continue cutting the 1-mon and play it safe. There's that Dora. Yamawaki, of course, can use it.
Kinoshita really trying to figure out what the best route is, like keeping the 4 over the 7-pin.
Oh, speaking of Dora, yeah.
It's floating, but we're headless. But if we draw 1-4, so we found a head, and we might change our decision.
But
speaking of 2-5 check here.
As nice as it would be for Takizawa to win this hand, he's the one player that can afford to not drop a Dora. I mean, that's the one route that he gets back to, you know, fight for second or third.
I mean, again, though, there's so many. You got to remember there's 5,200 in the middle. So, like, Taira or Kinoshita win, and they're right on Takizawa's tail. So, I think it's a lot closer. Like, the Dora may guarantee the switch, but again, now Taira is right there, dealing directly on the 9.
Certainly would be
an absolute ton of value. 3 Han.
Certainly would have been a lot worse had the 6-mon come out, right? And at this point,
that's true.
Taira is on the tail, but still behind, right? Takizawa has the advantage. So We go into...
Oh, it was just 2K with the or wait, no. It was always that, yeah.
Then that extra door that would have been a little bit more expensive. Taira, the dealership now in South 3.
Yeah, an extra 2K, wouldn't have quite passed, but would have been very, very close. So Takizawa does still have things to play around. Fully right on that. Not the best high pie either, and Yamawaki a bit more speed on hers, but needs to find some value very quickly. I don't know if this hand is going to get there. It's the one. So I mean, if you're Yamawaki, how do you just try and take an easy win? Riichi, hope to flip an era and then run it up as dealer? Do you play back here, hope Taira gives you another hand to hit a big one?
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, you're only kind of saving grace as City Plus is in last right now. So even if you get fourth, you'll tie with City Plus and have an even fight going into the third and final game.
I mean, this is a hand
I found. Could drop 9-8.
Yeah, could go 5-pin. And so here you get the 6 mon draw for Sanshoku. You get the 7 mon draw. It's technically simple, but you can Furiten Riichi for Sanshoku and Pinfu. And if you draw 9-pin 9, so you can even play for Junchan Sanshoku, Dora 1.
Yeah. Although speaking of Sanshoku, I'm thinking that Kinoshita is a better option with the 7-8-9. Almost completely locked into it already. Very good shape. It was
a huge draw.
Oh, 5-pin pair. Would have been a weird Riichi. It still wouldn't have been that much value.
That is an attachment. Is it 9-so time?
Lose your safety versus the dealer, and Takizawa realizes that fully wants to be able to defend.
Yeah, it's actually really awkward because the dealer has shown nothing. 5-5-5.
That would have been Ipatsuma on the 5. Ugh. Oh, that is Shoten.
Yeah.
Yeah, Headless may not play the Sanshoku. I'll be interested if we hit the Sanshoku draw, if we'll just not on, like, what was that, 4 or 5 so? Were those the middle parts of the hand?
Yeah, the question is how much do you value fighting for first here?
Yeah.
Two points is pretty good here, but two of the players that you want to catch are also going to be getting more than you. Oop.
Yeah.
Reach.
Ooh, wow. Riichi with the Suji. 3-mon will deal in. 6-mon was played very early, but 3-mon kind of weak in the grand scheme of Sujis. Ishanten for Taira, who is dealer, has a lot to play with, and we'll check the south to start. May find the bravery to check a scary tile later.
There it is.
Speaking of Tempais, and we'll follow. We'll check the 5. Riichi on the 7. 7-mon Suji to the first. Riichi as well. 5 so. It looks like Takizawa's out.
Yeah. Taira, are you out?
If you're in, this is the call to make, and that's why Taira is tanking, because you have to take this Tanya. You absolutely have to grab it, and we're gonna do it. 7-mon would deal in, and that's the San Menshan,
two mon is safe though. 2-mon is safe. Has a clear way.
But it's Furiten. It's Furiten on the 1. You could play 3. You could play 3-mon or 6-mon.
Yeah, 3-mon deals in 2.
6-mon is safe to 1, and there's the early 5 into the late 9, so maybe 6-mon safe to the second. 4-7 maybe bad.
7.
The summon shot's so hard, and it'll deal in. Kinoshita sneaks it out. Just Riichi no me, but collects stick on the board.
Yeah, the Sanshoku for 52 means that this is gonna be exciting.
Ooh.
Our all
a switch of Takizawa's found his way back to first by doing nothing, which, I mean, when you hunt him on sumo to start the game, that's what you could afford to do. Walk back into it.
Oh, what a push. Oh, a nice patience from Yamawaki to wait for the Sanchoku. It took until after someone else declared Riichi, but found her way into a chance now, not only to take third, but she has the dealership. She can continue winning. East triplet to open up. Dora in hand as well. Maybe an outside hand could be big time value for Yamawaki.
Oh, and Takizawa. I mean, I'd imagine you have to just full send this Chitoi with 4 pairs.
I mean, what about Hatsupon?
Play back, you can fold out. Could maybe, but I don't know if the shape with the rest of the hand is quite good enough.
One of the North Winds has already come out, so
that too.
Consideration.
That's got some nice shape. The question is, I mean, surely if you're Kinoshita, you're okay taking a second here, right? It's a lot of momentum, Taira. Especially if you hit them directly.
Oh, instantly.
Oh, yeah. Yamawaki snaps that. Yaku's shown to the table, too. That'll change things. Now there's some dom ability that the rest of the table can see.
This is just too good. Or is he 8-so? Killing all the tiles that are adjacent to the new Dora.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, Taira's hand is just a struggle here. Maybe develop the Itsu and hope that the 8-so zone will come out before you get there.
Mon. Taira has no sway in this hand. This is really just all about Yamawaki versus Takizawa, and maybe Kinoshita has something to say about it too. The 1-2-3 Sanchoku chance, another pair.
Oh my goodness!
But the
if 7-pin comes, do you just pawn and drop the Manzu down? Okay, now this has to be 8-pin, right?
7-pin,
or maybe 7-pin. No. Yeah.
Same story.
A little bit of a better pawn on 8-pin if you have North 8.
Yeah, that's another interesting question, is that last North comes out, because those are your safest tiles right now, is that pair of Norths. If dealer declares a Riichi, you definitely don't want to be dealing into that. The con happening, and the East Uncon rather already shown. Oh, but 8-pin draw, the best outcome. Now 3-6-pin Tempai.
That's good. That's good. Taira surely not going to drop one for a while. Fits into the hand. And the hand is pretty far back, not great. In fact, even kind of folding out there for some value. Yamawaki can play a 3-pin, but 6-pin is going to be rough. If another one is drawn, we're even going to throw the 1-pin back. We're going to Chi. Sanchoku Shanten. Kinoshita just wants to try and, I guess, stop Yamawaki.
I mean, Yamawaki is threatening so much here. Essentially 2-han showing before anything. And this door is free. There is a chance at...
I mean, 7, so 2-pin, both look pretty usable, at least to have one of them in the hand. So staring down 3-han minimum, not before Ura.
Oh, Tsumo.
Takizawa ends it. Oh my goodness. Collects up. Opens the game with the highest value hand and ends it with the lowest. Look at that. Gets the +3, 10.4 points to boot on top of it. And all of a sudden, not in first, but in second, heading into the last game.
Wow.
I believe for this table. What? Oh my god. I don't even know what to say about this. The thing that I want to say the most is how scary this last game is going to be, even just watching it. You have 2 teams that are going to be tied, City Plus and Four Seasons, both tied. Tomozoe Shoten and AMC Dental are currently at 63 and 60, looking fairly good to take first and second. Insane. And City Plus and Four Seasons go head to head to decide who gets fourth, unless Tomozoe Shoten gets fourth.
There's City Plus and Four Seasons
have
the same.
One of them has to go. Yeah, it's just who places it. There's no way Tomozoe drops below them, because only one of the teams can catch Tomozoe and tie.
So it can be a tie, in which case we'll look to the tiebreakers.
No, because if City Plus gets first, Four Seasons cannot tie. Four Seasons would drop down. So the tiebreaker is to decide table E versus table D.
To decide the difference between the tables. So this is really a battle between City Plus and Four Seasons. Whoever finishes ahead of the other will avoid elimination. The loser of that head-to-head battle will be eliminated. And then after that, the question is who gets that seat straight to table E and avoids the table D spot. The third place team will earn that table D spot, and there is a chance that AMC Dental and it's very likely AMC Dental and Tomozoe Shoten will be the two teams at table E, but there is a chance if Tomozoe Shoten gets a fourth place here and City Plus or Four Seasons gets a first place, they would tie, and certainly if City Plus gets the first, then they will take over on tie
breaks. They would have to pass out. Yes, Four Seasons, if they get a first, it doesn't look like Oka or Uma are in play, so Four Seasons would need basically an insane first in order to win the tiebreaker to make it to table E. But anything's possible. I mean, we saw it last game. The wall wanted to give some bombs. You may see it again. I know I am going to be glued to my seat for it, but I will not be glued to the seat I'm currently in the casting booth. I am going to be swapping out. Joining the cast, replacing me, will be the one, the only World Riichi Pro, Corak. How you doing, Corak?
Pretty good. Looking forward to an intense game here. Of course, as mentioned, two teams kind of running away, but that means that fight for third is intense.
And I'm so happy to have you on the broadcast for this game because we have that head-to-head. I imagine we'll be spending a lot of time in this broadcast just looking at those two teams specifically and analyzing how they play against each other in this head-to-head battle. So
situational play is always so much different.
And I wanted to share the graphic that we have for the table C, as the rules are a little bit different than what we saw earlier at table B. So again, first and second place advance to table E. We have an idea of who that's going to be, as long as Team Tomozoe Shoten does not earn a fourth place here, and one of the chasing teams finds a first. It's very likely that we will have AMC Dental and Tomozoe Shoten locked up towards table E. But the question is who will advance towards table D, and that will be determined by the third place at this table. There is no fourth game, so this is the last and final game of this round of the playoffs. And we didn't have the situation where a team was going to be guaranteed a fourth, so we got to see all three games. And that is where we will go in just a moment. But before we open up the game, let's take a peek at who the players will be. So a bit of a repeat here. The E seat for Team AMC Dental, Shota, Taira. Once again, to confirm the victory for his team. In the South seat, JPML Pro Kansuke Sugiura for Team City Plus. In the West seat, the namesake of Team Tomozoe Shoten will be Toshiyuki Tomozoe himself, SPM Pro. And finally, for Team Four Seasons, Maiko Kawahara. It will be her task to try to bring her team into third place, or maybe second place, if she can find a first place in this game, and move on to the next round of the playoffs.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and jump in. When you're in this position in the fight for third, you're really only aiming for third, and if you get a chance to capitalize and move to second, you're definitely going to take it, but that's not really driving your decisions. It's really the head-to-head.
Absolutely. And I imagine it's a little bit difficult for the other two teams to play. Like when you are sitting there comfortably in going to advance and you're kind of in the middle of a head-to-head, how do you play? And I imagine we'll see AMC Dental at least certainly try to just move the game forward, advance it towards the end, because they are completely locked for the second table, for table E. And Team Tomozoe Shoten has a little bit more to consider here. They just have to not get last, and they'll be locked in as well.
Yeah, this is one where everyone knows the dynamics of the table, so you may even see Taira not that concerned dropping to fourth, and Tomozoe just casually taking third and not worrying about much, but we'll see how the game ends up. Whole bunch of Pinfu type hands, possibly Peiko in two suits, possibly on Peiko. This is a very nice little Pinfu. And this one is a bit of a mess. It has the East pair, maybe a Toy in there, but I think it's just call and go. One of those hands that can get you in trouble if you get a little too greedy with it. 6, now have a Rankan and the Manzu with the 4-6-8. 7 pin. Extends the shape in Pinzu. Also can use the 7 as a pair, but unlikely. Shaw pair up.
Ooh.
5, okay, now you're just Ishan 10. 6, ooh, a lot of options here. Yeah, I like the 4. You do have the overlapping shapes, so the 4-so, but when the overlapping shapes are Dora, that's fine.
Yeah.
That, hey, you can not only accept 1, you can accept 2.
No problem. No, into Ishantan.
5 pin.
Yeah, this
if you're going to get rid of the 5-so, it needs to be right now. That's just not a tie you want sitting around. Ooh, okay. This gives a few options. Dora drawn here. 3 mons, so this is probably the 8, yes. Because this also gives you the option of just hitting the 3 mon or 6 mon.
Yeah, you draw the 7, so you have a couple options for which Riichi you want to take, but Pihu Riichi makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so there's a 5, 6, 7 Sanshku in here, but yes, says I held the 5 for one more turn, tried to get a little greedy, and we're out of time, so let's not mess with it. June going to go back out. 1 mon doesn't help at all. Still looking for that east. 5. That is a very annoying tile, and ends up actually cutting the 8-so here.
Yeah, it's tough to pull in that second copy of the 7-so. Oh, no.
You have the Peikos. Well, that's just Chitoy now.
Yeah, kept that option available, and now it's just moving straight forward towards it. Oh, the Dora.
Or so Dora. Okay, then you're not as sad about going Chitoy. You're going to see a call here.
Tomozoe in the west seat, so looking to call his Yakuai once cut.
Oh, the perfect draw here. It says Riichi, Pinfu, Dora 1, possible Dora 2, waiting 4, 7-so.
And this is a really interesting spot. Taira, again, doesn't really need these points, but not making a secret about it.
Yeah, you can't really throw the 4 there. It would, of course, deal it as well. This may be a chase. We'll see if it's a Dama or a Riichi. We'll go in Dama here, waiting 2 pin, 5 pin, 4 pin Fu only. The 2 looks really good with all the 3s and 4s we see out.
This is the big test. I mean, the battle between City Plus and Four Seasons. Who wants to take the offensive challenge against Riichi? And Kawahara for Four Seasons says, I will at least hold the Tempai.
South, we now have an Anko. Of course, an Anko was cut last turn. You could consider playing for a win if you hadn't made the decision last turn, but similarly here, just out. Gives up the 3-sided shape.
By Magambutsu.
Sticking with 2-5. Well, it would have been Furiton as well, I believe. There is any Peiko option if the 5's held, but it's not. Still keeping the Chitoi.
Oh, and finds the Sumo.
Sumo Pinfu.
So although the 2-pin looked good as a weight, did not want to risk the Riichi here. So only gets minimally rewarded. We'll see if that plays a factor later on. Sugiura will have the dealership next, but Four Seasons off to the early lead.
I think that's one that just because it was an easy-to-use Dora, that's why the Dama was taken. If it were, say, a 9-pin or something just really hard to stack value with, I think the Riichi definitely comes out there. I don't see them, and I know they're somewhere, and the others are folding. So unless they have all of them, you probably have one or two.
Indeed. Had one, it was looking for the second, so a door draw after Riichi would have been an absolute tragedy for Four Seasons. Could have ended their game right there.
Interesting draw with a 6 here. Has the East pair.
2 Dora.
Yeah, probably Tanya. Possible 2 for Sanjuku, but we see all those 4, so going to be very hard to fill that. Not going to hedge the Sanjuku or the Itsu. Just throws the 9 back for efficiency. So, Mono, it's a good floater for a Tanya plan. It seems to be why it's held. Ryankan upgrade with the 2-4-6 in Manzu. 1, of course, does nothing. The 8 so is a floater. Would be okay, but you threw the 9 the last turn, so back it goes. North useless. 7 Mon, okay.
2 away.
The 5 Mon's a really annoying tile because it tempts you to try and brute force this Tanyao, but it's so far away.
Yeah, I mean, the one
Tune. Okay, now you have your plan. 2 Dora, just call the tune. Don't worry about the rest of the hand.
Oh, a big
3, the perfect draw. This is actually headless Ishan 10. Cut the 7s. This is the more efficient choice.
Leaving the 8-9 allows you to draw the 7 into Tenpai and slim down from the triplet of 4-so.
That's another completed block with a 1-2-3. Now effectively 3-so, 6-so floaters along with the 7-mon floater. But you just go to the Hatu because you don't really like any of those shapes. Ooh, 3-sided upgrade potential now.
Yeah, even callable here.
The thing is, a lot of these hands are callable. The tiles just haven't come. Oh, that made the... No, not going to hold it for now. 3 allows some shifting down. That's a super wide Ishan 10.
Hada again in the spot where no Dora and just trying to stay out of the way. Don't put yourself in a position where you have too many dangerous styles to play later on. So starts with the 5-mon here.
Well, there's the tune. There's the call. Again, this hand has 2 Dora, but that's going to be the only value. Tune Dora 2, and still a bit away from it. 9-mon doesn't fit at all. 8-so doesn't fit. Came out of several turns ago. Still doesn't fit. Dora 3. Okay, well, there's your value.
And notice the 3-so, though, not actually the pair in the hand, because one of those 3-so is being used as 1-2-3 potentially, so still pseudo-headless.
A 6-pin. If you don't take this, you're probably folding. And that is the decision that's made here. That was a very much... I don't really want to call this, but what choice do I have? Now you see the 2 coming out. That will be Chi. This is now Ishan 10 with those 3 Dora. You see the East called.
Leaving floating 3 Mon and a pin tile. Central pin tile.
Hatsu doesn't help, though.
Oh.
Oh, no! Cuts the 6. That is a really awkward
It's
tile.
just a wee bit awkward. Oh, and there's the Tenpai on the
5,
4-mon.
now Tenpai waiting on 4-mon. 6-so doesn't help. 6-0 still doesn't help.
Colada still a couple tiles back.
Blank, jaw blank. And you're in the intense part of the hand where everyone knows that they're close.
And there are only so many doors to go around. 5 pin.
2, 3, 4 Sanshoku.
Let's go.
Some fans of that in this call, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We're going to see a chi towards Tanyo.
Yep, just trying to get the Tanyo Dora 1 to end this. 5 pin, you can shift this up. It does kind of make your shapes a little more transparent. And it gets thrown back as a result. 4 doesn't help, but it's also not really a tile you want to cut. Because you figure someone's Tempai.
Yeah,
of course, we know is actually waiting on the 4, but it's relatively cheap.
Okay, the 5 comes out now. That means that Kawahara does have a safer path to
Interesting, because you could have cheated the 5 and cut a Dora, and would have been still 3-sided. Or, sorry, cut the 4-so.
Right. Lets it go, though. Maybe does not trust the 4-so at this stage of the game.
3 pin comes out. That is the tile that was desired. Now we'll see how greedy do you want to be. Will this be a door cut? No. Sanzo Tanki.
And now we're going to see the chi. Is it going to be the 4-so? No, 7. It's playing safe.
7 locks in the Sanshoku here. This is Sanshoku Tanyao Dora 1 waiting on 6mon.
Hakuno good. Firitan.
Tone not it. Well, that is Tempai. The 4 will come out, though, if it is taken. It's a really bad tile. Out it goes.
But fortunately, it's to the cheapest hand at the board.
Yeah, that's the take your 1,000, and I am glad to be done with that.
I mean, that was huge. That was her direct competition with a dealer Mangan Tempai, and she deals in for 1,000 points, preserving the lead and preventing Sugiura from even getting to retake the dealership.
You're just going to pay out more than 1,000 on Tempai payments. That's where you're gladly handing over the stick.
Big sigh of relief that there was no door in that hand.
All right, we'll look at the Pinfu hand. Possible Itsu in Pinzu. This is kind of an awkward shape. You kind of want to go Junshan, maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku, but you have that 6, 7 pins. It's unlikely. This is also a Junshan type hand. This is more a regular Pinfu hand because it's a little slower. You're going to have to just build out the efficiency. 6mon, though, if you just keep drawing middle tiles, you just play regularly anyway. That's always the thing about a Juntan/Chanta hand is a lot of hands will look like it at the start. Very few stay that way because it's so easy to improve them.
We'll set Penchan turn into a Kanchan. 1-2 so being cut in favor of 6-8. Of course, 2 so held in case we draw 4.
8mon fills in nicely. Now you really have to make a decision. 4 so is the I'm going for it cut.
Sugiura's going for it.
9 loosely connects to the 7 here. Hatsugu to held is kind of a safe tile now. Chun doesn't help. South doesn't help.
Ooh.
That does. That fills in with the shapes very nice. It should be a Pinzu cut here, yeah, because you don't want to completely abandon the route for Itsu in Sozu yet, because you have so many floaters. If any of them bear up, you may just go for the Itsu.
Exactly. That hand is missing an entire block still, so plenty of opportunity for it to be another so block.
Ishanten for Chanta. Or wait, no, that's Junchan, wasn't it?
Yeah. Big opportunity.
Speaking of Itsu, some routes here. Also Ishanten for regular Richinomi.
Gonna hold that north to the bitter end, I feel.
Yeah, that is Junchan. Ishanten still. Of course, the worst feeling is you draw the 4 pin. And I guess I'd take the Ryanman Riichi Pinfu, but there's so much value lost. That one's an interesting choice. You can cut the 6-8 so and just try and brute force the Itsu shape instead, playing pure efficiency.
Yeah, really gave it some consideration though. Now 4-5 so back.
East is a safe tile here, and the rest of these shapes aren't cooperating, so it just slims down with the 4-so. 4-pin, and that is Tempai. I'll go ahead and Dama here, waiting on 7-so. No Yaku. 7 Mon, that's an interesting choice. I think you have to throw it back, though.
Yeah, two, going for it.
Going for the Sanshoku. Okay.
Manga, not enough.
Well, that's one of the global questions. How much is enough? More.
It's in the team name.
There is the 8 will be Chi down. This is Sanshoku with Junchan on the expensive end, but Sanshoku is confirmed.
Yeah, so 4-pin can win. Will he pass a win on the 4-pin?
I don't think when you open, you really want to be passing. That you can just get in so much trouble.
A Mangon, though, is so much better than 1,000 points.
Yeah, but it's not Mangon, it's open.
Junchan. Sanshoku.
That's only 3 Han, unfortunately, open.
It's so sad. Oh, there's the one. Didn't have to think about it.
Don't have to worry about it now! Junchan, Sanshoku. 3 Han there, and I believe this is dealer.
Sugira was in the North Sea. But dealer is paying out. You're right.
Dealer paying out, that's why. Yeah, so 3,900. Sugi are going to jump now into first place, and that's what his team needs.
Okay, so we've seen both of the tied players finding a victory. Sugira, though, slight advantage, but Kawahara with the dealership.
And this is kind of what we expected, that it's the first and second place teams that are kind of sitting back a bit. Of course, Tomozoe could get in trouble if they take a 4th here.
Yeah, now taking a 4th doesn't mean not advancing, but it will mean that they might not get into the higher table.
And as with a lot of these tournaments with graduated tables, you want to not have to play, because anytime you're playing, you can get eliminated.
Yeah.
If you just advance ahead, you get to skip around.
Or at the very least, you get to play at a table that has more spots
advancing
forward.
slots.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it should at least in theory be easier. He's not going to do anything. Pinfu hand there. Kind of an awkward Pinfu hand here, and just switches out the 9 for the 1. Doesn't really do anything. This is a much better hand. A few different ways to play it. 3-so doesn't really fit. You'd have the 1-2-3 Sanshoku, so you're going to hedge the super distant play. 2-pin. You have the 1-2-2-3. There's an Ipeiko in here, so a whole lot of hands at this point that are in the category of, well, yeah, we take it, but we just want more.
Of course, always looking for more. So you got 9 Mon.
Even here, what's the plan? 5-so I think is the most straightforward cut. Can also just cut the 9 anyway.
Yeah, super wide.
Does end up going at the 5. 6 pair ups. It's now a 4-5-6-6. You have Ipeiko routes there. 5-so, a really good floater, but it just doesn't really fit because the other shapes are reasonably good. 4-so, okay, that's an interesting draw. If you didn't have the 1-2-3-3 shape, this is very straightforward. This is actually Tempai, of course, but doesn't take it. Would be a really awkward 5-so Kanchan with 2 outs. You can't really take it.
Yeah, here also the option to just cut the 3 Mon and hold a Downton Tempai. hoping to improve around the Sozu, but with all these central so tiles coming out, might not like the 2-5 so and the 5-8 so anymore. So hoping to draw around the 3-mon instead.
7-mon gives a route to Tanyao even. 7 so doesn't do anything when the closest block's a 4-5. Pei, that is Dora, so we'll hold it for now. There are Chitoi routes in this.
Oh, this the 8 so.
Oh.
And the 2 so follow. Not many on the 2-5-8 line, very live, but
Dora pair up, okay. It gives a few options, and of course, that is North Sea. Yes. Tomozoe with the Dora pair now can always call this down.
Ooh.
And speaking of loose Dora,
I think that's going to get vacuumed up into the hand.
Yeah, that may end up being a Dora Tonki shape. This is Tempai, Riichi Ipeko, waiting on 3-pin only.
So
Chuso comes out.
Applying the pressure, Kawahara wants to defend her dealership, but now has to push it against her direct competitor.
You don't have to push, but you really don't want to pay out the Subo here. So if you have any routes back in, you take them. Now, this is always the concern when you end up cutting that south pair, is that was a faster route to Riichi, but now you don't have a ton of safe tiles.
That's right. 8 so for now. It should go through the 5 so Suji.
Yeah, well, the 8 so is very much I don't really want to play this hand. But they say is fine. We are still just at East 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Getting closer to that Chitoi. Might be able to sneak back in. Unlikely, though.
The gap is not too far to be able to go to Ryukyoku and drop down 4,000 points.
6-pin. Now the 3 is Suji. Of course, one thing pros can really hit amateurs on is the Suji on 3 and 7, not nearly as strong as they may seem to newer players.
Yeah, there's just so many shapes that can use a 3 or a 7, even if they're not two-sided shapes.
Collecting a whole bunch of awkward Suji here, so just cuts the safe 6. 9 so. And continue with the 7. 4. I wonder if they read, because there's a bit of a double clutch when that tile was put down.
Yeah, I've been watching the discards, because he has some very cool, snappy discards, but the last couple have been a little bit different style.
One Onko. This is the type of draw that might make you get in the hand, but not tempted.
6-pin, of course, safe, but is there a way back in now? 4 so.
There is a way back in. The question is, are you willing to take it? Nope.
Yeah, not surprising. Well, 3-pin can't be that live in the wall, surely. Surely.
It is. Don't call me Shirley.
Tomozoe needs to consider. I mean, the Pei obviously cannot come out. 6-pins can, but there was a late 8-pin from the dealer. Does that mean the 6-pin is no longer safe? That was the first pin tile that she's dropped this game. Does he care about it?
Could be. I'd still throw the 6. If you deal it at Dama, it's okay, sure. And now you see the follow, and it's okay.
Got a lot less concern now.
2-pin again. 4, 6, and 2 needs the 3.
Oh, the 3 goes to call.
Oh, there it is. We knew it was in the wall somewhere.
I think there were 3 copies in the wall, actually. Or, sorry, 2 copies in the wall before that tile. So now just the 1. And, well, won't get a chance at it.
Gonna see it, and ends up netting 2,000, which is not a bad result, but it's not a disaster for Kawahara. So a 4,000 swing with your direct competition doesn't feel good, but a Riichi Sumo Ipeiko would have hurt a lot more.
5,000 point gap between the two as we enter the South rounds, tied up back in the dealer seat.
I say 4,000 point swing, but of course it's actually just a 3,000 point swing. So like because there is a Riichi stick in the middle now. We are in South 1, 9 so's the Dora. And a couple pairs here. It's the type of hand you try to make Tanya in because you don't know what else to do. This may be a Kokushi hand because you don't know what else to do, but no, just going to play efficiency.
Outside?
This is Ishan 10.
Yeah, it's too good to be an outside hand, I think.
You have a Dora. I would just cut the 7 pin, but instead going to go cut the 1. So there are some 6-8 or 7-8-9 Sanshiku out there. 3 so. Yeah, now it definitely feels a lot more Tanya. There we see the South call.
Double South for Sugiura.
Hatsu not going to help. Similarly, okay, well, you threw it, I'll throw it. And we may see a third one come out. And we do. 4, so it connects to the 6, but I feel this is just a win the hand, get the hand over with.
And not an insignificant amount of points for the victory in this hand, especially if you get another couple pull opportunities.
Another pair up. Might even be able to go toy with this now.
Ooh.
9 mon. Well,
the outside hand is limited with a 1.
It's not really the ever going to get to Sanshiku, which is what you're really wanting that 9 to be. So just goes ahead and throws the extra tile from the block. 1 so doesn't help here. 5 so not going to help, and thinks it's a better floater than the 1-2 shape in hand. Well, this hand now has too many pairs. This is one of those most disgusting Ishan things you'll ever see. Because it needs a 7 mon and then another 7 mon.
Yeah, the overlapping Penchon shape is not very pleasant to the eye.
Well, it's not only overlapping shapes, but it's not Penchon, because that's at least Ipeiko. It's Penchon Kanchan.
It's so brutal.
It says not even thinking about it.
And
tosses it immediately.
That's a really common thing to see. Just that 6, 8, 8, 9, drop 9.
Another Dora drawn gets thrown right back. Seven so, okay.
That's a potentially interesting draws here. Oh, I'll go again. Yeah, at this point, it's a safe tile.
Just slimming the hand down.
Let's hold it a little bit longer.
There's the North call. Now Ishan 10.
Committing.
We're going to take the double pairs as opposed to the 4-4-6 shape.
Oh, there's the 3. So this is the benefit of the 5 pin earlier. You get 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, and you can use the 8s as a triplet. And you can do even better if you attach the 7 pin to the 8, 9.
Well, you know what would be even better than that? Having those 2 1 pin back.
She needs the... Okay, gonna just cut the 9.
No, it's just Tanya. I think that's a straightforward play here.
Floating 5. So 6 mon.
Super whitey Shunton there. Shaw goes out. Oh, another Dora. Look at that pond. That is... We're talking about the 1 pin being a tragedy. No, we have a nice little Dora Anko in the pond. And there's
still has
Riichi.
A Dora hand.
That is Riichi Tanya, 3-6.
Oh, but Ipatsu.
And it just deals in. Sanzo, Riichi, Ipatsu, Tanya. Dora, that is Mongon.
Oh, we've got ourselves a game. Taira, of course, as the dealer, found Tempai as well, so natural to try to play the hand in a normal scenario, and in this scenario, best to just play normally.
And Kalahara now into first place. Terrible news for Sugiura, who will be dealer here in South 2. Now drops to second. Actually, pretty good news for Tomozoe, who, if the game ends here, still advances to the preferred table.
Absolutely. Kotaro.
Well, okay, this feels very Junchan, but you do have the 5 pin, which is kind of the exception. I feel Chun's the normal first cut, and if you don't connect to the 5, it's very likely coming out quickly.
Yeah, it feels like that tile's not long for this hand.
Oh, well, I'll just get Shinitsu type hand. I'll be fine with that. Tumon pair up. That is about the worst possible draw you can get here.
Can we throw it back?
I would throw the 5 back. I'd throw the 5 and just keep the pair for now.
I mean, technically, yeah, the 5 is a little bit better. It is.
Yeah, we do still have the 7, 8, 8, 9, the 7, 8, 9, 9. So we have some flexibility in this hand. Whereas the 5 at this point just doesn't do much. Speaking of 5s that do a lot, fits in nicely in that Monzu block.
Ooh, 3 pin.
Ooh, okay.
Well, we can slam a Riichi here.
This is Tempai. This would be Riichi door 1 if it's taken. The problem is the better end is the 9, so when it's actually 1 out, I would cut Tumon.
Yeah, just say no.
You can see the pain. The I need to make value here. This is my last dealer turn. And knows that he wants to cut Tumon. He knows he wants to cut Tumon. But it's a can I convince myself to do it?
Riichi Tsumodora is very good for you. Dama. So this loses out on 7 pin, 8 pin draws as well as the 6 pin for Tempai. Though the 6 pin's certainly not better.
Yeah, I am not a fan of this, although anyone who's listened to me knows I'm not a fan of when you're Tempai to either just slam or break it.
I can continue to wait. We are going to watch closely to see when Sugita finally breaks and slams it, or breaks it completely.
6 pair up. That's kind of an unfortunate draw because it moves it much more towards a regular hand and away from the Kinitsu.
Okay, that's not a
now
punish.
You kind of wish you had your 5 back, so there was a punish. 5 so fits in very nicely. 2 pin doesn't though.
Oh, it's mocking you now.
Oh, tempting again. So I wonder, I kind of like cutting the Tumon even there.
Draw the 5 pin
even
back.
With the potential Furiten. Yeah, we get the 5, or even if we're Furiten, if we're dealer slamming, I think it's fine. It's actually one of those golden one-away shapes, where 1 draw on either side.
Oh, the Tumon Sumo!
Okay, well, you just Sumo it then.
Yeah, it's the worst of all worlds. Minimum
Sumo
value.
Draw 1.
It's still enough. It does enough to put you in the lead.
Does it?
Barely short.
No,
just 300
I don't
points.
think. I think it's 4,000. So still 300 short. Painful to have to take that win, but when you Dama, you need to be willing to take. If you are Dama and not breaking Tempai, you need to be willing to take that. So he made the decision ahead of time. The plan was, if we just draw it, we take the points.
Well, it's led to still an incredibly close situation. Not a bad high pie, though.
Yeah, I'd definitely take that. I'd take this one, too. Few too many pairs, but very flexible shapes. 5 so upgrades the 6-8 to a 5-6. Whole bunch of terminals and honors to get rid of here. 6 pair up. Now a 3-4, 5-5, 6-6, possibly Peiko in there. 9 Mon. Now you're starting to think, and immediately cuts door. Now that's interesting, because I, in that situation, love hedging Honitsu.
I enjoy Honitsu too.
But especially over this 8 pin, which I don't think ever really fits. I don't like the Dora cut, but okay, there we are. That's fine. But I still kind of wish I'd have a Dora now.
Well,
Form on pair up. This is a nice block upgrade. You just cut the 1-3 altogether.
Big
7 pin, super wide shape in Pinzu now. 8 so doesn't help. 6-mon kind of helps, but the hand's just still a mess. 8-mon, okay. So the problem is this is technically headless.
Yeah, we need a pair. Lots of options to find one, but
you have to draw it first.
Preferably in your weak shape. Mon, oh, Tom. Yeah, so if the 8-mon was kept, that was an opportunity to play for it, but
8 so doesn't help. Whole bunch of tiles that aren't improving.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, that would have been your tempai. And Civilia's hand is now pretty clearly Chinitsu, but it's just not getting there. Ishanten.
It is so important for Kawahara to win this hand before Sugiura can get there.
Ooh, did you see that pond? It's pure frustration.
Nothing but pairs.
Speaking of frustration, the 7, so another backfire.
Another pair.
The 5. 5, 5, 6 in 2 suits. Which one do you want?
Preemptively. Ooh, 6 so.
Likes the Pinzu block a little bit better. Now I have an Anko of the Hatsu. The problem is the hand's still a mess. 8-pin, well, that's your pair, I guess, but are you taking it? You have to take it. Of course, you get a Riichi. I think you should.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Riichi Tanya waiting on the 3 so.
All right, a 3 so to pull ahead now.
And the Chinitsu says, okay, well, we had our fun. We're out now. Get the 3, but it's the wrong suit. Will be called to break and move to Ishanten.
Yeah, that 3 was a jam. Oh, the 2-mon pair, 2 so pair up came too late.
Pei should be very safe. Did come out last turn.
Question is, can she jam a 5-pin? Should she draw the 4 or 7-pin tempai?
Oh, there's one of those 3 so.
Oh, and another one.
And another one. Now everyone has one except, of course, the hand that needs it.
You could 6-pin. That's the safe way to play, but it's certainly weak to
tempai. I think 1-mon is the safe way to play this.
Yeah, 1-mon is certainly the long con. Gonna play the 6-pin.
6.
Really trying for this.
And that looks like a fold. Says, nope, we hit our threshold. We're out of here. 3-pin. Still folding. Nothing fancy going on here. 4-pin. Well, you feel it of a backfire on the 6, but I feel this is a decision to where you're just folding. Challenging dealer Riichi with this just screams suffering.
If you had a good path, it's certainly understandable,
but it's not there anymore. And this is something a lot of, especially amateurs, and there's that 1-mon I talked about, especially a lot of amateurs won't stay disciplined with it and look at the state their hand is actually in and has become. This is why you see the pros doing it here, is you just think about it, go, wait a second, this hand isn't where I thought it was a couple turns ago. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Oh, and there's the last 3 so.
Yeah, and the 6-pin was to give it a look, but if the 4 so wasn't drawn immediately, you draw something else bad, then you're just out. 4-pin does clear.
A lot of Mawashi or kind of semi-folding is, can I get back in? And the answer is usually sometimes. But what danger am I getting? And may manage to sneak back in. Now Ishanten again. East doesn't help, of course.
The 6-9 bond. Just too tough to push.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I feel the 9 might have come out if it were tempai. but it's not.
It's one of those situations where when you are trying to get back in Tenpai, you are saying, if the 9-mon comes out from the dealer or from another player, if it becomes clear, then I can play. And so you give yourself that opportunity, and if it never comes out, then and you don't get to play the hand, that's fine too.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't get yourself in any real trouble. And as a result, we're likely to only have just the one-player Tenpai here. As mentioned, the 3-so should be dead at this point.
Yeah, these Ryukyoku points shouldn't go this way. They are very meaningful, given the close scoreline. Again, if folks are tuning in late, we are on Table C, the final game of their series. Top 2 teams, point-wise, advance to Table E, which is the table with an advantage. The 3rd place team goes to Table D, and the 4th place team is eliminated from the tournament. There are 2 players tied at 57 points, battling for that 3rd spot.
And sure enough, just dealer Tenpai here. Sugiura will once again end up with 2,000 points, but a net of 3,000, of course, losing the stick. But now into first place at 40,500.
The head-to-head continues, but while dealer, there's still the opportunity for Oyakabari should Kawahara find Itsumo for her team.
Of course, if the game were to end here, Sugiura and City Plus would advance to that 3rd place table.
Again, not a bad high pipe.
Pretty good Pinfu type hand. No real value, but can accept a 9-mon Dora. Also an awkward 1-2-4-6 pin, but there are lots of improvements there. Similarly, decent Pinfu hand. And this is kind of a mess. It does have the north pair, though, so you may just call and go. 1-so doesn't really do anything. Gets rid of the 9 instead.
Tateniu shift, perhaps.
1-so fills in the Sozu shape, starting to get closer.
Yeah, 3 1-sos in a row. I guess there's the 8 pin in between.
5-mon will be held. There's potential for a pair later. There's a decent floater. Chun pair up. Okay, now you have a plan. 9-mon is Dora, so that's going to be held back at least for now. Shaw doesn't do anything.
1,000.
Non doesn't do anything. And it's interesting the 1-so is being held this long. It is a safe tile to at least one of the hands, though. 3-so decent floater, so will be held as a result. 6 pin. Well, now I start dreaming Chinitsu. I want to go 3-5-mon.
3-5 is a weak shape, and we'll see that cut. Jeez.
There goes. It was being held as a safe tile rather than really a progression tile.
Chinitsu means callability.
Well, also, as dealer, you scare the table when you start calling.
Absolutely.
Especially if you start calling terminals like that.
And when you're making a flush type hand with so many honors discarded, the table can read that it has to be Chinitsu at that point.
Well, if you're just pawning, then you kind of consider, wait, is it some really weird toy?
Right. Toy can also look awkward. There's a pawn of a terminal, so the worst.
It is.
The
So it should
scariest
definitely
scenario.
be the 4-5. But at this point, the table will be reading the 3-5 and then the 4. So it's either Tenpai now or it's
searching
with some sort of Anka, or it's searching for maybe even a Chinitsu.
Yeah.
And the pay gets called. Is okay. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. I want this hand over with.
Ooh,
big draw with the 3 pin. Goodbye, 5. And now you see the 4-5, and now you know what's going on. This is it could be Toy, but it's much more likely Honitsu or even Chinitsu with all those honors.
6 pin necessary draw. Gonna cut that 8 pin before it becomes too bad, so no threat
5
yet.
pair up. Dora cut is the most efficient, and out it goes.
And that's actually not the easiest cut because of the 9 pin pull. That could be some weird Toy as you were saying, so Toy with door 3 is certainly scary.
Another shape filling in nicely. And there we're going to see a call. This is actually a Kutsuki shape. Double floater.
3-pin, 8-pin, although the 8-pin a little weak with the 6-pin and 9-pin pwned.
Can't even go 3-mon, 8-mon here if you really like the blocks. You just don't want to throw a pinzu.
Definitely doesn't want to throw a pinzu.
But it's going to go with a 4.
When Tomozoe made that 6-pin cut, it wasn't so bad because he is to the right of Sukiura, so no chi can happen, but the pull is a bit unexpected.
Oh, that's a tempai.
Could have chosen 8-pin Tonki, but 1 4-pin makes a lot of sense.
Yes, and now you see it not coming out. There is no chance that should come out. I think this is the 3-4-mon. I don't think you're ever cutting 2-4. Oh, goes with a 5 instead.
Still,
what's the pair then? I'm not quite sure.
It's gonna have to be 5 or 6.
Pair up the Sozu, yeah. That is a Monzu, so we know that's not it. 5. Another choice and throws it again.
I do appreciate the arrangement of tiles Sugiura has in his hand right now. It'll be so pretty if he
disguise the shapes if there's some sort of call. Oh, well, now you may just have to cut the 8-9. Can also go 2-2, but yeah, the 8-9 is much more standard here. Pay, I mean, you can technically switch to a Pei Tonki, but I sure wouldn't. And I love Pei Tonki.
It's an honor tile, so can deal into a flush, but question is, if it deals into a flush, how scary is it? Is it really? With Hatsu not being seen, Yakuhai Honitsu, maybe Toy Toy, definitely could be really painful.
Yeah, there are a lot of bad things that can happen.
Oh, there's the Hatsu, so it is.
Well, there's your answer. Now it's clear. Oh, and there's your 4, 5, 6. This could have been Tempai.
Almost certainly would not have been taken, though. Ooh, gonna play the 6-so here. And that means that Tempai will involve cutting a pin tile.
Dora comes out.
Break another shape.
3-so doesn't do anything here. Can't really even call it either. Seven. There is a 6, 7, 8 Sanju route, but I really wouldn't be considering it. This is more a, how do I play this and not have to throw a dangerous pin tile? The 7 pin should just scream doom. You cannot, under any circumstances, even if you have Yakuman Tempai, I'm not throwing a 7 pin here.
Well, the thing is, the 7 pin deals into Tonki only, and you have 3 of them. But the 8 pin being the last cut is unusual.
Well, the 7 pin deals into Pencha, doesn't it?
I believe the last 9 pin is on the board, and all the 6 pins are held. So yeah, 4 9 pins seen, 4 6 pins seen.
Wait, where? I only see 1 9 pin out.
The first Pon was 9 pin Pon.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's why.
Yeah.
Camera covering it, of course.
Yeah, of course.
That's right. It was the 9.
I mean, I just still wouldn't trust it.
No,
even
I'm
if it's
not.
a Tonki.
Oh, do you see a tile getting shown? It is the 2-mon. Thinks about it for a while. Says that might actually be useful to someone. So I'm just going to cut the 6.
A wall maintenance. Shun not going to come out.
No.
Hatsu.
Oh, Hatsu Tonki was the answer.
Would have just been the flush, though.
Could even see a con here if you want to deny a draw, but I don't think it actually changes anything.
No, we'll just continue discarding. The 8 pin was cut earlier, but no reason to drop it here. So no go.
This is the last draw, so just going to have the one-player Tenpai. Dealer says, well, I'm not winning anything, but if you keep giving me Tenpai payments, I'll do well enough.
I feel like Sugiura has been the only player Tenpai for at least 3 hands. That's a lot of points. That's 12,000 point swing, essentially, on every player.
Those Tenpai payments add up a lot. This is something I tell people, especially when you're playing any sort of Akinashi, which is to say no red 5s. Tenpai payments are absurdly strong.
Oh, this high pie is absurdly strong.
What? Yeah, that's a hand.
All right, maybe
Man only being Haku no Mi, but at the same time, there's 19 in the middle, so yeah. Haku no Mi isn't even that bad. That's a very good starting end as well.
Okay, everyone
with the 7/8, so
everyone has something. That's 2 Dora for Taira.
3 Mon extends the Monzu shape with the 2-3-3-4.
Been less useful this time around.
3 So connects to the 4, and now Ishunten. Now the question is, when's Aku coming?
Yeah, would you call the first one, or do you even like waiting?
With a pot, I would call it. Especially since I'm in the lead with a decent gap. Running up the score a whole lot is going to require a lot of value, and just Riichi Haku isn't going to be enough as far as I'm concerned. So I don't see a big difference between that and just Haku.
One of the 9s has already been cut as well, so it definitely makes it worse. Here we go.
There is the Haku. We will see, and it's snap called. 2-5 So. Another call here with the non-Ishunten. And all of a sudden, this hand looks a lot worse.
It is making progress, though. Slowly.
Well, unfortunately, time is the one thing that is unlikely. 6 So, not ideal, but it's not like you can do anything else with it. Just toss it. Might see a con if the tile is drawn. It's not normal to take a con here when you're not even sure if you're the fastest, and is not the fastest. Plus, this is another one where you just don't want to get yourself in trouble.
Right. Keep in mind that there is a punishment for Tomozoe Shoten to finish 4th here.
And they see it. Okay, you were holding the con tile. That also tends to mean the hand is super cheap.
Yeah.
But it is a double south.
It gets it immediately, though. Double south only. And that's Kawahara paying in, so really important now. His dealership passes, but he picks up an additional 2,009. Oh, actually, that should be 3,900 over Kawahara. I guess it's just
no, it'd be 2,900. Yeah, 2,000 in the home, but you don't pay the
Riichi
sticks. Yeah, so 2,900 swing. Still Sugiura, just under 10k ahead. Tomozoe will be dealer here. Probably looking to just pass dealer, but if you get a good enough hand, maybe you go for it. I kind of expect a lot of greed in this situation.
How can Kawahara greed this?
Not great. That's kind of the issue with a lot of these hands. Is they're all very straightforward.
So Dora acceptance.
Okay, now you have a couple Yakuhai here. So that's enough to maybe consider being a little more aggressive. But again, remember, Tomozoe just doesn't want to take a 4th. 2-3-4 and Sozu completed. There's the south. Will be held back for now. Chun. Out it goes. Already cut 1. Of course, we see 3 out now. It goes out. And the other part of this is if you're Sugiura, you might even just squeeze the honors trying to get to South 4. Because the Tenpai payments of even if Kawahara gets a 4,000 swing on the 10 pins, it doesn't really change the situation that much. And Tomozoe is incentivized, if the hand goes late, to just break Tempai.
For sure. Although in this case, might just win.
Or, though, yeah, you may just end up winning. Might even Dama in this situation.
Increasing the gap.
It does get closed, yes.
Not a bad thing here.
Because that is a Dora already, and of course, one Yaku High, whether it be the South or the Green Dragon. Three, 4, 5 in Pinzu now. Question, what floater I get rid of? Gets rid of the 2-mon. Of course, the hand needs a 6-mon, and then a 6-mon, and then another 6-mon. Which is very difficult. One of those is already out. Well, 5, now you have an Anko. Might even have Sun Anko here.
That's one way to squeeze some extra value.
Sun Anko, Yaku High, Dora 1 would be Mongon. But not there just yet.
Pinching the South for so long.
And the other part of this problem is it doesn't actually have a Yaku High.
Yeah.
There's the South. We'll just go ahead and call this down. This is non-Dora 1 for Tomozoe, waiting 1-4. Oh, that's the deal in tile. Doesn't like it. Says, okay, we're out. When you see a late 5 like that, it does make you wonder, hey, wait a second. Is that a 1-4?
Also just a late call in general from the dealer getting as we get into the second row.
And there it is. The 1 is the winning tile, and it is just the 2-han. Nothing fancy. Does close the gap. We'll still be in third place.
And points equally paid out by Sugita and Kawahara both. So no change in the difference between the two.
Doesn't affect them at all. And as far as Tomozoe is concerned, that's a great result. Now you may even just kind of fold from turn 1.
See how good the hand is first.
You always do, but unless it's really good, you just have a floating Dora.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's an acceptable hand.
The Dora is a bit
There's
actually
something to work with there. Well, until you draw 2 more.
Oh, of course. Which we saw earlier.
Always the plan. Yes, we did. Gave up on it earlier. Then we saw the 3-9, so I remember that was really frustrating. Also 2-3-4 Sanshoku here now as well. Tanyao hand, also a few pairs. Very nice Pinfu hand, but no value. You also want to get that 2-4 Sanshoku. A long way off, though. And that's probably more towards Honitsu or Chito. We're going to see the 6-bone. Just wants Tanya. Says, get me out of here.
Yeah, Tanya Dora 2.
I'm going to get the 3. South 4.
Get a chunk now and get the rest on your dealership. So.
Ooh, now we see how committed this is to Honitsu. Then choose, nope. Another pair. Hand wants to go Tanya. Comes up the 9 immediately. Yeah, this hand does have 2 Dora, the 2-so, 8-so shapes. One of those will need to hit.
Yes, the question is, would Kawahara open this hand if it had 0 Dora or 1 Dora? What is the minimum
I feel the answer is probably that you'd have to have 2 locked in or some sort of Honitsu. If the hand is just irredeemable garbage, then I would call it. But you don't expect it this early. If it's a terrible, awful call for 1-han, I kind of expect that around turn 9, turn 10. If it's this early, you assume Dora.
Yeah, and that means Tomozoe might be forced to keep that Dora forever and just give up on a hand that doesn't use it, although he is approaching 2-3-4 Sanchoku.
Yeah, with Pinfu and Tanyao potentially for a Mongon.
Would it be ideal to just connect to the Dora because he can still use it?
2 called, so now Ishanten for Yamarianman for Tanya Dora 2.
Uncle.
Another 6. This actually moves it towards Ipeiko. Haku's the normal cut here.
Shoten. Now we did see...
Could also go 4 if you just plan to call the Hatsu.
Yeah, pon means that a Yakuhai is actually a little bit... a Shompai Yakuhai is a little bit tough to push, so place a 3-pin instead. Certainly don't want to deal into Toy Yakuhai Door 2 or something like that.
Yes. Seven mon, isn't it?
Yeah, 6-mon pon early means 7's tough to use, unless it is triplets.
No, there's a Penchon. Kind of an annoying draw, but you can cut 7-pin or Chun here. It is still E-shunted with a 2-3-4 Sanshoku. Does connect to the Dora, but anytime you're needing the Dora indicator, it's bad. That's Tempai.
Similar hesitation on the honor that hasn't come out yet. Players are very wary of these dragons.
It is a 3-6 pin for Tanya Dora 2. Seven came out recently, so you're not that worried about that tile anyway.
Chun clears. Oh.
6. Now this already has the 5 in the pawn, so you have a lot of Furitan issues. But it does allow you to shift down towards a Tanyao.
And the 7-mon came out not too long ago, but I believe she came out late.
7, so that feels like a fold. And we're going to see the Chi down for Sanshoku Dora 1.
On the 2-mon!
And there's the 2-mon. 2-3-4 Sanshoku does come together.
And that's directly off of Kawahara, so the gap becomes wider.
And Tomozoe jumps into second place now, because that's a direct hit with one Homba, of course. 31,800.
This is looking good for Team Tomozoe Shoten. 4 Seasons needs something big to happen. Needs to get to the dealership to make it happen, though. Right now, we're stuck.
Yeah, now if you're Kawahara, you do consider just calling down for 1 Han and getting to that last hand. I feel the dynamics just drastically change here, because you're going to need a dealer Mongon either way. So this hand is almost inconsequential.
Go try to force something big. We see 2 dragon pairs for a Taira.
If you get it, then you sure go for it, but long way off. This hand, terrible. Every single shape is bad. 6 connects with the 5. Moves it towards each pin fu Tanyao. 1 pin pair up. This is actually 6 block. Moving it out towards a Honitsu and Pinzu. The 9 connects loosely with the 7. Sanjiko looking pretty good. Might just see the honors count. Oh, just locks it in with the 6s. There is the Chun.
Upgrade, but so not really thinking too much about that. Tomozoe continues to make
7
progress.
though, like Ishan 10 needing a 4-mon. Chu not going to do anything. A hand's just not really budging. Well, there's a 2-mon. You can cut one of the pairs, I suppose, and that's the play. 8 is the norm one here, because you can only just use the 4 anyway. Then you decide to cut the other 8, or even the 2 on the other end, depending on what happens later. 8 fills in nicely. 79 Sanjuku was plan A in that hand.
Oh, the 2-3-4. Back to back.
9-mon, and yes, going for the Honitsu now.
Making no secret about what the plan is for this hand. Dora.
7, so well, that's a door that has to be held.
Door connector, slide up.
Yeah, and you can slide up again, potentially if you do end up drawing that Dora. Well, ooh, cuts the 4. That is an I want Honitsu or nothing.
Yeah, it really feels like Taira has nothing really to play for here, but he's not going to just end the game for the sake of ending the game. He's going to end the game for a placement change.
Yes. This is one of those where they say play normally, and that's how Taira is playing it. Me, a tad more passive, but not just outright, I don't care about this game. Which is what you'd expect from a pro. Pair up now the 9-mon, so the Sanshku looking pretty dead now.
Oh, there's that
There's
Dora.
the other shift. Does feel a little sad when you see the 3, 4, 5, and 8 in the pond, though. Oh, that's just Tempai. Dora comes out. Will Dama here. 1-4 pin.
And this 1 pin feels like it's coming out any second now.
There's the Pone. This is, of course, the second dragon. And that might end up causing that 1 pin to get held. Yeah, we haven't seen the overflow in the Honetsu suit yet, but it does look very Honetsu.
There is the chance where Tomozoe also folds if he draws a pin tile. Ooh, pushes it. Not enough shown to scare him off yet.
And of course, the issue is that Kawahara wants that 9 pin.
They're desperately
6, now the 4, 5, 6 will continue cutting the 9-mon block. Haruka doesn't do anything. 1-mon doesn't do anything. Well, there's the tile, but this is a Honetsu, so there's no reason to cut the 1 just yet anyway. Five pin and says, nope, I'm out. Forget this.
That opens the door though for Kawahara to try to play now. Yeah, the honor tile came out. Now it's just a step too far.
Well, it's more there's just no reason to get involved. Everyone should be playing according to their incentives.
Well, Tomozoe also has incentive to not deal directly into a manga.
Well, yeah, that's the point, is if Tomozoe just passes dealer here, that's kind of his win condition.
Yeah.
It'd take, what, Hanemansuma by Taira to get to any sort of value, and at this rate, even a Hanemansuma would knock Kawahara back under Tomozoe anyway.
Oh, it's back into Tempai. Doesn't want it.
Yeah, the alternative is just shoving the 9. I feel this is one where if you do get Tempai, you don't even take it. You just put the hand face down. Which is something you can do. It's just not something people very often see.
Does Kawahara even try for this? Could 7-mon, 8-mon still hold the Ishanten? It's really bad, but you want to drop 2 pin tiles? 9 pin? Oh, we're going to play very safe.
7, 8.
It's just too risky, perhaps, to throw away more.
Yeah, you don't know it's this hand, and Taira isn't going to be playing for 1 Han very likely here, or 2 Han, because of the dragons. It looks Honetsu, it's very likely Mangan. It could be a lot more.
It's got 2 dragon calls, so it's, if it is Honetsu, it's definitely Mangan. God, actually really hoping that Taira makes progress and cuts the 1 pin so she can at least beat Tempai, but he's been absolutely stuck.
And Sugiura has no incentive to get involved. Oh, 9 so pair up, but yeah, just continuing to fold. And Kawahara can't advance. We're going to likely end up with no 1 Tempai.
After Tomozoe's draw, we have 1 tile left for everyone. Kawahara? Pin tile? No, now she relies on Puln. 7-pin, not good enough.
That just throws the Hatsu, and of course we should see that followed, and it is. Last draw, doesn't matter. 1-mon should still be safe, it is, and we move to South 4.
No change of points. The threat of Tempai too strong, and so it comes down to this. Kawahara needs
to go on a run, or at least one big hand, and then hope the game ends soon after. Because Kawahara's target is not Tomozoe, it's Sugiura. And that does not look like the hand to do it.
No, this is so rough.
These are the hands you look at and go, well, okay, I've done something to deserve this.
And then
please give me a hand, and the prayer's not answered, and a pull to the Shaw, so you just feel way behind. The best route's probably Chitoi with 3 pairs.
That's just too slow.
Compared to this, which just has this beautiful Pinzu shape, and this, which has the call and great shapes everywhere.
That sinking feeling when you know it's probably over, but you still have to fight as best you can.
Yes.
Maximal efficiency.
The one advantage you do have in this situation is everyone knows you're fighting, so they can opt out and they can be a little more passive, and they can take a little looser weight.
The advantage of having nothing to lose.
4 connects to the 5 here. This is now Ishanten Ryamben for that Pinfu.
Taira gets to decide if he wants to win the hand.
One pin doesn't do anything, gets tossed back. 4 goes to the 5 here. You do still have that 7799, so if you draw an 8, maybe even go Ipeco. I mean, it's something I always say is when you have a Chitoi hand, it'll often turn into Ipeco and vice versa.
3-pin, no go. 1 pin already discarded.
Well, could held the 3, but then it's basically a 2-2, 3-5, 6-6, and you're trying to make 3 blocks from it. And that's the type of situation that can actually get you in trouble. Still Ishanten for Sugiura. 4, so that doesn't help at all.
How married are you to these penchon? Yeah, just gonna cut the overlapping.
Eventually just cuts it. 9 pin, still Ishanten, perfect Ishanten even. 7, that's another Dora. You definitely cut the 8, so now you could even dream of Honitsu.
Honestly, would be Honitsu if kept the 2-mon. But Sugiura doesn't need the points, just needs the Tempai.
That's Tempai. Dama, 3, 6-mon. Now this is going to be Chi. This is now Tonki on one of these 2 So tiles. Cuts the 5, waiting on the 6. 6 is drawn, but it does fit into the hand, so likely not coming out.
Or he reads it.
Oh, no, it does! Deals in, says, okay, that's good enough for me.
That's good enough for Tomozoe as well. He will drop in placement, but that doesn't matter. He's saved his team. Taira will take the 4th. It doesn't matter to him either. The big story, Sugiura confirming first place, plus 3 points for the team, breaking the tie. Kawahara the 2nd, but sadly not enough. Her goal was to only finish over Sugiura.
And Taira there, not really a factor in this game, but that's what we pretty much expected. Didn't have much to play for, just stay out of any major danger. You take a 4th, so what? And that's exactly what happened.
So as noted, 1st and 2nd advanced to table E, 3rd advances to table D, and we will get to see those results in just a moment. After game 3, we have AMC
there
Dental.
We see AMC Dental, Tomozoe Shoten advance to table E. City Plus managed to sneak in, get the table D slot, and that is the end of 4 seasons.
We will take one peek at the overall picture moving into the second round of playoffs, which will be coming soon. Of course, remember DD Studio jumped all the way to the final table from the regular season, from the beginning. Games 35 were played, 7 rounds, 5 games. They topped the rest of the table. Jonkatsu Master and team number 9 immediately into round 2 based off of their placement. AMC Dental and Tomozoe Shoten from table C advancing to table E, where first place will move to the final table and second place and third place will go to the third round. And the action that we saw earlier today and yesterday from tables A and B, we saw teams Little being Queens and Dohaji making it to table D. And of course, this series we just finished, City Plus making table D, the 1 point necessary, ended up getting 3, and did advance to the next round. Unfortunately, eliminated from table C will be 4 Seasons. From table B, ORFEU and Real Partner. And from table A, Aoke, Kushimuso Cross Northland, and All Serious. And so we have our standings for round 2 set.
Of course, good luck to all the teams. It is a very odd structure, but placement is such a big deal. Even in the regular season, it wasn't really raw score. It's pure placement for that 0, 1, 2, or 3. We see it stacking up here, and it's very situational. A different style of Mahjong than most people are used to playing.
Absolutely. It was so fun to watch the games yesterday, especially the first game today, where depending on who won how many points off of which player, any number of results could have happened. They could have continued playing games in theory, but it was such drama, so complex, and it was a little bit more clear in this one, but having a direct head-to-head between 2 teams was so much fun to watch. And we did see City Plus coming up on top in that head-to-head. And, well, that will do it for us today.
All right, we know what our next broadcast is.
Well, we know at least December 1st is the date for those round 2 of playoffs.
Okay, then. I think we may have Sankei Shibu Camp next week, but with Thanksgiving, it's going to be really awkward.
I seem to remember, I think it was...
so we'll definitely dump it on the Europeans if that's the situation. All right, with that, I guess we go ahead and wrap up here. So for Chiral, of course, Harrison earlier. Jen, of course, helping to put a bunch of this stuff together. Nathanael for running the broadcast. This is Corak. Wish everyone a good day.
See you next week for Sankei Shimbun Cup.